Yes, people. Straight off the bat of the NBA stream, back on the channel for the Premier League predictions. Obviously, we will do the UEFA Champions League and UEFA Europa League talk in a bit. We are going to laugh at Arsenal. Don't worry, we will. But I've got Mike's, obviously, his debut on the channel. Big up, bro. It's been a while since we did a show, actually. You know, it's been, quite some time. We were last on Omar's channel since we last spoke. But you know what? We've been talking on chat and, finally we're actually doing a show together. How you doing, bro? And hope you're well, man. Yeah, let's get started.
Yeah, I'm all good, man. It's been a long time overdue. We've been talking about collabing for ages, man. So it's good that we found time to do it. It's perfect time to do it, man. So I appreciate being on the channel, man. Looking forward to my debut on here, man. I appreciate it every single time. Big up the chat, man. Big up everyone here. Make sure you're smashing the likes, man.
Appreciate it. And make sure you guys, like I said, when you're entering the building, that as Mike said, smash the like button and hit subscribe. Before you do subscribe to me, though, subscribe to my panelists first. Obviously, with that being Mike's and then Josh when he does hop on. So make sure you guys do sub to them first. Mike's is closing in on 1,000 subs, man. Like so close, man. Like getting there, just about. So obviously, do go support his channel. Do hit the like button and do subscribe. But let's get started. Obviously, with United making the Europa League final, obviously, I will talk about that. But this weekend is a bit of a game where, it's kind of, I would say, it's not really a dead rubber game, but it's more of a game where we're just like we don't have much to play for. Both of our teams have pretty much on the beach in the Premier League in terms of European football. Listen, we've got more European heritage than Arsenal, so let's get started. But obviously, I want to know from your thoughts as West Ham this season. Like, obviously, it's been a very disappointing season. Obviously, with your transfer window, you kind of had a bit of hope with the way you guys made those signings at the start of the year. You signed Fulkrug, you signed Wan-Bissaka, you signed Todibo. You made some decent signings. Like on paper, the names you signed were decent. But I want to know your thoughts as a whole. Like, how are you feeling about West Ham this season? Because obviously, I can tell you've not been happy with the way you guys have been this season.
Yeah, it's just been complete turmoil, bro. Like, I even said at the start of the season, like, I don't think it'd be this bad, and no one did. But when we signed so many signings, like we've done this before when we signed so many signings, regardless of the quality of the player, like it never really gels together straight away. And that's what West Ham usually do. Like they never really find a direction into how to gel all the profile of players that they're gonna sign straight away. And it's been so much time. There's been so much turmoil for so many reasons. We had a director of football with some footballing IQ, that was going to run that got the transfers over the line, which is why we got 5 deals done over 2 weeks, which we've never done before. Like so quick and so efficient. Like if we didn't have Tim Steiner, the director of football that worked with Xavi Alonso at Leverkusen, we wouldn't have been able to hijack that Todibo deal or and then get deals like that of that quality done over the line. But the problem is we hired a manager that couldn't handle that type of squad because nobody knows what his identity is in Julian Lopetegui. He then got a pre-season, wasted so much time in trying to bed in his identity. And apparently even reports even came out that said that he was trying to play up from the back in training, but trying to play low block football in games, which confused the players a lot, which didn't allow the players to settle in, especially the players that had a lack of Premier League experience when we signed them. And then it got to a point where we were in January and the board only decided to sack him after we lost to Man City and not the time where we got battered at home to Arsenal and Chelsea, not the time when we lost to Leicester. It was when we lost to Manchester City of all teams. And then we get Graham Potter, which I'm happy with the appointment given the circumstances of the fact that the ownership only hire managers that are on a free. They don't pay compensation. But the problem is when they hired him, it was in the middle of the January transfer window and one day before an FA Cup match away at Aston Villa, which is very awkward for a manager like him because you only get one training session to bed in whatever you're trying to do, etc. It's very annoying. And to be honest, with the type of squad that we have, of course, Lopetegui should have got more out of what he had. But we're now signing a manager that's completely different to him. So these players can't play his style. They can't play his football. So you're kind of seeing the lack of technical quality we actually have at this club. And that's why we're 17th now. As much as we're not bad enough to get relegated, given the standards of the Premier League at this current moment in time, we're not good enough to be any higher than anyone above us right now. We deserve to be where we are for the way this club has dealt with the season so far. And I hope as much as I'd like to hope it'd be better next season, if we don't clear our squad out, it's going to be the same thing. It might even be worse.
Obviously, you signed some good players, but which player do you, obviously with Antonio's accident, hopefully he's all right and everything. But how, like, obviously your season's not panned out well. What was where was your biggest disappointment? Like, where did you see West Ham season derail? And obviously, like you mentioned, like the defeats against the sides that you expected to beat.
Yeah.
How do you think your season derailed, and where do you think it derailed from? What was the reason, and what was the pinnacle? Like, where was it? Like, how did it happen?
I saw it quite early in. A lot of people were trying to be like patient, but I saw it like 5 games in. I mean, be so honest, bro. Like, I saw it Chelsea at home when we lost 3-0. We don't lose to Chelsea at home ever. That's a game we turn
Yeah,
up for at home. Like, we don't have like the best record, but it's definitely not the worst. Man, at home we have a great record against them, and it was because he approached, like, Lopetegui approached a different game the complete wrong way every single time, and it'll be a complete different way where we wouldn't see the same West Ham week in, week out. We were very early on. We're not trying to see what he's trying to do. We're seeing a whole different West Ham United in different game weeks, whether it's Fulham away, Chelsea at home, Palace away, etc. It's like it was around then the first 5 games of the season where I thought we're in for a long stretch. I don't think it'll be this bad still then, but I think when it became this bad was I think after I think it was a month before the Leicester loss or whatever it was when we got battered by Arsenal at home. Maybe I'm not too sure, but it was around that time, around October, November, where that it was just like it's not getting better anytime soon. Like we got battered by Tottenham, battered by Arsenal, lost to Leicester. It becomes to a point where it's like, why do I have to keep putting up with this? And it hasn't got better in terms of results, but like at this point, it doesn't matter. At this point, it doesn't matter. We're at the end of the season, so it's fine margins at this point. But with all the promise that we had in the summer, which I didn't have as much as other people did, I tried to calm people
yeah.
down when they were like predicting West Ham to finish top 4 in Europe and whatever. But yeah, it kind of derailed very early on, first 3 months of the season. To be honest with you,
I thought the same. I thought West Ham was also going to finish in like the European play. I thought you definitely had the squad to. Like, I think it's massively underachieved this season. I think you could have gone late in the cups. I think you could have gone, let's say, maybe an FA Cup run could have been. Maybe you could have done a Carabao Cup run. But even then, Newcastle, it's just Newcastle this year. They've been unreal. Like to turn around their fortunes. Obviously, they were like a Champions League team, then they went back down to Europa League, or they didn't even make Europe last year. Then this year they're going back to Champions League. Like Newcastle completely turned it around. Like, what do you think West Ham needs to do now? Like going to next season, and obviously like this game. We'll talk about this game in a bit, like and how West Ham will pan out, but. How are you feeling going to next season now? Obviously, because this season's now done. Like we've got nothing else to play for in the Premier League. Where do you see West Ham going to next year? What do you need to do going into next season?
the squad needs a proper refresh. Like, it's a proper refresh. We need to actually lower the age of the squad. The spine of the squad, like the outline of the squad is there, like to build around. I'd say it's Debo, Wan-Bissaka, Bowen. Those are the players you need to build around. Those are the 3 main key points because Emerson's going to leave. There's a lot of people that are going to leave that probably should leave. Like the Alvarez is, the Ward Prowse is, etc. The Mavropanos is. Like there's a lot of people that will probably leave. Like Kudus will probably leave. I'd imagine so anyway. If teams will still want to come in for him and stuff like that. I I think we just need to refresh a lot of the squad. I'd say if you're not going to do a complete rebuild, which I get might seem unrealistic, but I'd say get a goalkeeper, the depth all around the defense. We need 3 midfielders minimum, a striker and a left winger. And also, what's the only benefit really, as well, as much as we can't spend a lot of money in every single position, we do have academy players that are ready to step up to the frame. So I need Potter in pre-season to address that in terms of who's going to be ready to step up into the first team as well, so we don't have to spend on certain positions as well because we've got them already at our club. Like
Yeah,
the lowering the age of the squad is important because we have a lack of power in midfield. We have a lack of technical ability in midfield. We just have a lack of anything. A lack of tenacity, just in general. They lack the basic abilities to just play on the ball and play off the ball. The very basics of football. Like we need tacklers, but we also need people that can pass the ball. I'm yet to see a proper pass of the ball in West Ham. And that's what we kind of need, especially if you're going to play like possession-based football. Like Potter's lowered, like he's helped the defense a bit. He's made West Ham harder to beat slightly, but the individual errors are still there because it's the same
yeah,
personnel.
sure.
So there's a lot to figure out in the summer. If we don't, then we're going to be around the same place next season.
I think your biggest issue this season has been goal scoring as well. Like you lack like goal scoring. I think you miss Antonio. Like Antonio's been a really good player for West Ham over the years, but you've never signed like a backup for him. I think Fulkrug is the expectation was there. Obviously, he was with Dortmund the year before, wasn't he? He was with
Yeah.
Dortmund the year before in a Champions League final. Like he was there,
Mhm.
and you signed good signing at the time. We all thought good signing for sure. Wan-Bissaka. I, as a United fan, I love Wan-Bissaka. Like I never wanted him to go because
Mhm.
I thought he was better. I thought he was better than Dalot. I think defensively he's better than Dalot as well because Dalot for me he can't defend, right?
Yeah.
He always gets beaten by his man. I like Wan-Bissaka on the ball a bit at times. He's decent at keeping the ball,
Yeah.
losing it. He's very good at like keeping possession. That's what you need. Like you need possession. If like you said, we want West Ham to play possession based football, isn't it?
Yeah.
You need a possession based player like Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka is a possession based player. Like he's a very good player on the ball. That's what you need going forward. It's about defensively. Todibo's been for me a massive letdown because I thought Todibo was at the time as a United fan. I wanted Todibo in the summer. I was like, we need to get Todibo. West Ham got him. Fair play. Like that's a good signing, right? But for me, it's been a letdown for you guys. Massive letdown. The expectation was there for me. I thought he'd be a good center back for you guys. But then you're kind of missing in some areas like that. Like you said, you're missing in defense. You're missing in a bit. I think you say midfield. Like you say midfield's all right, but attack is I think for me is the biggest issue. And yeah, I just don't know. Like I just don't know where you guys go from here. I'll be honest with you. And as a United fan, it's embarrassing for me to say this for myself because I also don't know where we go from here. But where do you think you go from here? Like obviously, like I mentioned about signings, about striker, manager. Are you happy with Graham Potter so far? You think he's gonna get you guys into competing in the future? You think you'll definitely like be competing for a cup soon? You think he's a cup manager? You think he'll get West Ham to where you want to be?
I don't know, but I don't think that the manager should leave before these players. I don't think because some of these players don't deserve a fourth manager because some of these players have been here since Moyes and stuff like so they'll be
Yeah,
going through like Moyes, Lopetegui, Potter, then someone else if he was to go like hypothetically. I think to like that's the thing like people like Tadibo, I think they've been fine, but the problem is like people like Max Kilman next to him like he's been okay, but the problem is like the structure's fine. But the individual areas that like a Kilman or a
yeah.
Mavropanos will pull off has been completely let us down. Stevo's like done his job, to be honest with you. Him and Wan-Bissaka have been brilliant. But it's just a case of we've been so lopsided in midfield that the defense doesn't get helped. The defense doesn't get protection at the same time. To be honest with you, I think players like James Ward-Prowse, Edson Alvarez, quite
He's been
useless. If I'm being
Ward
100% honest, yeah,
Ward-Prowse
they've
has been
been yeah, definitely. Like Ward-Prowse is very one-dimensional. He's very one-dimensional in what he does on the ball and what he does off the ball. He lacks energy, lacks
he's very
tenacity, lacks passing.
he's
Yeah,
very
like yeah. Like that's the thing. Like he at this point in his age, you can't play box to box midfield. You can't even play as a sitter. So what are you useful for? You're not a 10. You're not creative. You're not creative enough to be a 10. So either way, any midfield position, like you can't play there.
help.
Like we need to refresh that midfield. Like we need energy. We need passing. Like we need technique.
But I also think West Ham have dealt with off the pitch issues as well, like with Paqueta's allegations, with Alvarez not playing well.
Yeah.
Because do you think the allegations having to do with his performances? You think he's very you think he's kind of dropped down? Because at the same time, we were looking at a year ago, City were in for Paqueta. Like City
Hmm.
wanted Paqueta. Like
Yeah.
there was Paqueta's almost joining Man City, almost done deal, almost this and that. Then the allegations happen, and then City pull out of the deal, and then his performances on the pitch just completely dead. So what do you think? What do you think? What do you think that has to do? Do you think Paqueta's being absent for most of the time kind of plays a negative impact on West Ham? You think he's important to you guys, or you think you're just done for me? Let's move on from him now. It's time
I
to.
think I think we need to move on. But do you know what it is? I think it's affected his mental well-being recently because the court hearing is there. But I don't think it makes a difference to what he is as a footballer. Like when he's a very just on his day type player, where on his day he can put off a brilliant masterclass, a 9 out of 10 performance. Then like it is what it is. He'll be the man of the match. He'll dictate the game. but that happens very rarely. Very, very rarely. He's just like it's like when he's having a good performance, he tries to sabotage it by overthinking the whole play. It's like he gives away the ball too much. He doesn't combine properly, and that's the thing. He's meant to be like a combination type player as well, but I honestly don't think he helps himself. I think he just makes the easy things look hard, and he makes the hard things look easy. He's then one of them kind of players. He's just very inconsistent, very honest day type player. So I feel like he's very limited at what he's capable of. If I'm being 100% honest, it comes to a point where like you got to look at a guy at this point and be like, you're just quite limited. That's how I see it.
Like Suchek, the comment said here, Suchek's been the only consistent guy in the midfield does his job. I mean, yeah, Suchek is a good player. He's always been a good player for you guys, isn't he? And he's been like one of your most players, I'd say.
I'd say he's good at what he is, sort of thing. I feel like he's quite limited, but he's one of them players that will like pop up with an important goal, but that will make up for like his 90-minute performance, sort of thing, where people don't talk about his actual wholesale performance. Like I literally saw the other day with Tottenham in the Tottenham game where this guy doesn't want to pass the ball forward. You're meant to be a midfielder. Like I think that's why I think we have a deep issue in midfield. Like I don't think we have a good midfielder that I can actually rely on at this club. And that's why I think we've lost so many games because we lose the midfield battle in a lot of the games.
And what are your thoughts on Rodriguez and Alvarez? How do you think they've been performing this season as well? Like he has a comment here says you think that he's very underwhelming. How do you think they've been this season as a whole? Like as you obviously, I know your thoughts on like the midfield. Like you think it's good, but which players do you think stand out most? Like these two, have they been let down? Have they been a letdown? Have they been like have they been a positive for you guys? So obviously,
I don't think we have good midfielders. I think with Alvarez and Rodriguez, Alvarez is too reckless. Way too reckless. Like he loves a foul. He got like 2 red cards consecutively earlier in the season under Lopetegui. Rodriguez was signed as a backup, like on a free, so I don't really have too much like hate for him, to be honest. Like I think he's limited, but the whole point was that he was a backup to Alvarez. He was signed on a free, and he was quite scapegoated at the start of the season when he was playing on a regular basis, but he was a free signing. Like I have a problem with the fact that we're probably gonna have to move him on now, but at the same time, he's not like a main problem for me. The guy hasn't played in months. He's not played under Potter at all. So he's just been on the bench just rotting. With Alvarez, he's played. He's played as of recently, and even Potter's benched him. So we're going without a natural six, because they've been that bad. But with Alvarez, too reckless off the ball and very one-dimensional again on the ball. We have one-dimensional midfielders. We don't have to keep the ball when we lose the midfield battle.
Same with us with Ugarte. I think Ugarte is also very, very reckless as a player. I think he can keep the ball, but the problem is when he loses it, he's very, very reckless. He loses it and he commits a foul, he gets a yellow. He gets booked nearly every game. That's my biggest issue with Ugarte. But shout out Josh, anyways, big up for joining on. I know you've just been, I think you woke up from your nap or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, for once it wasn't because I was watching Arsenal play. I did actually fall asleep. Nice to meet you, mate. I know a lot of West Ham fans. I know a lot of West Ham fans. They go to the games often. I think you guys are very lucky because the 3 promoted teams have been so far away from the rest of the Prem. So I did wake up about 3 minutes ago, so I'm going to stumble a lot. But you still managed to beat us, so congratulations on that.
Yeah, I don't know how. Honestly, I don't know. It's very West Ham to like lose to fail to beat Southampton but beat Arsenal. That's very West Ham United. That's West Ham United in a nutshell. That's the story of my life of supporting this club, to be honest with you.
Oh, you've won a trophy more recently than us, mate.
Obviously, I know you've I know you from an Arsenal standpoint. What are your thoughts on obviously like West Ham as a whole this season? Obviously, I know you because I think they've been a let down for me. I think they could have been one of those teams that actually competed for something this year. They've got a decent team on paper, but it's more on the pitch struggled. You know what I mean?
I remember when West Ham won the transfer window.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys remember that. That's not to take a dig at West Ham or anything.
No,
I remember.
I think your season is summed up with what Fulkrug said in his post-match press conference after Southampton. It's like the mentality hasn't been better all season. And I think it is because there's such a big gap between the Championship and Premier League now. That's why you're safe for this year. But a lot of your fan base seems to think that you're going down next year. And I mean, with the way you're going, I would not be surprised. But West Ham, sorry, I'll let you carry on.
No, sorry. It just kind of depends on how like the promoted teams fix up because I think
Yeah.
I think if we say that this current moment in time, I think 17th again, but we could go down. Like it just we need like it really just depends on the transfer window. It really just depends like on what kind of caliber of players we're going to get next season because people like Leeds and Burnley and whoever comes up through the playoffs, like they're probably not going to be good enough to survive with the current managers they have. But at the same time, with the way we're going, we're going to give them a run. We're going to give them a run in that relegation battle if we're keeping the same sort of personnel. And you're right with the Fulkirk thing. Like that's why I'm not going into Potter so much because I know it's a mentality problem with the players. A lot of these lot have checked out. A lot of these lot have checked out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I think Fulkirk was spot on with the mentality thing because what he said about going 1-0 up and then sitting back is what West Ham fans have been saying for over 10 years, let alone this team. But that's what we do. We score, then we sit back, and then we lose the game. We've been seeing the same game for years.
Yeah, I work at the Amex, and I remember watching the West Ham game. You were 2-1 up until the 89th minute, and you conspired to chuck that away.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, I was standing right in front of the away fans, and like the overall feeling was just, we're fucking lucky that we managed to pick up points at the beginning of the season because you guys have been so poor, and I'm not trying to rub it in, but you genuinely have. From where you were in the summer to I think you're 17th now, it's just hasn't been good enough.
No, you're spot on. I feel like it's a sinking feeling that this club is, but it's come to a point where everyone's just tired of it. Everyone's just exhausted of it. It's like every game, it's like, what's the point, sort of thing? What's the point of like having hope? And we're not over exaggerating it when it comes to like being that negative either, because like we're seeing the same game week in week out. We're literally 17th, and obviously it doesn't feel like you're 17th because of how bad the bottom three are. And usually there's a bit of pressure on you and stuff, but that's probably why we're also 17th, is that these players are so complacent with their Premier League position. It's like they're actually comfortable with where they are, which is kind of a problem in itself. It's like they don't feel pressure anymore. And that's why I need to be kicked into when it comes to the mentality of this club. Next season, there needs to be pressure because I feel like players actually thrive more on pressure than comfortability. Because I feel like this is what comfortability gets you. Because as much as you may play like this in matches, you're comfortable with your Premier League status, which is annoying in itself. That should be a bare minimum at this club, in my opinion.
Fair enough, mate.
I think Lopetegui, it was a very weird appointment by West Ham. I think Lopetegui should not have been the guy that you guys should have looked at. I think you should have maybe gone for like a manager like, let's say, who's a good manager in the Premier League that's available that actually can do a decent job.
Well, I thought Graham Potter would do a decent job.
Like
he hasn't so far.
Fine, but like at the start of the year, we're looking at like Lopetegui. He came in with a lot of
you can have Arteta if you want, mate.
You
wouldn't win anything, and you'd throw it under pressure, as you were talking about earlier. But I don't know.
Rasta, you're free to join, bro. You're free to join if you like, mate. But sorry.
Bigger Rasta.
Yeah. Like I said, I think the expectation was a bit too high for him because, like I said, you had the squad on paper, but it's like he couldn't manage them. Like it's a group of players that he couldn't manage. He couldn't manage them all at once. So I just think that maybe the manager was an issue. David Moyes was a great servant for West Ham. He won you guys a trophy. Like, let's be real. He's a legend at West Ham already. He is like, no matter
definitely
a legend. He cemented his place at West Ham. He's won you guys a European trophy. Like, I think you guys in European runs under David Moyes has been very, very good. I said the Europa League, you could have won the Europa League as well. You know which game I really wanted to see? I wanted to see West Ham versus Barcelona in the Europa League that year.
Yeah, everyone did, yeah.
I needed to see that because I wanted to see Barcelona at the Olympic Stadium. That was that would have been such a good game to watch under the lights. But I don't know, man. I'm just like, I think West Ham have completely fallen from where they were. Like this isn't like not me taking like a shot at West Ham. I just think that from where you were to where you are right now, you've definitely dropped off a lot. I think you guys are not a bottom half table. If you ask me right now, I don't think West Ham are a bottom half table. From the squad you had compared to what you have, you're not a bottom half team. I just think there's no harmony in the squad. I think there's a bit of like a toxic environment. I think there's off the pitch stuff you're dealing with players that don't want to be there. So like you said, like King here said sell Kudus and Paqueta rebuild with the money. I hear it, Paqueta's body language clearly he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Kudus, you could get good money for Kudus, but I think you can keep Kudus because I think Kudus is like one of your most hardworking players.
To be honest, I feel like he needs to go. He needs to go, bro. Like I'm being 100% honest. He doesn't want to be there anymore. So his time's up. He's just walking around now. And the problem is, like, when you're checked out like that on the pitch, I think your time's done. Like with Paquetá, we'd be lucky to sell him because, like, he's with his case right now. Like, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult to sell the guy. So I think use the Kudus money and use all the money you can get from everyone else and rebuild.
Man, I completely forgot about this Lingard loan spell, man. He was actually balling at West Ham, man. He should have gone to Forest, in my opinion.
He went for the money instead. He went for the money instead. That's what you do. Now he's in Korea. That's how his career, his career could have panned out differently if he just joined us on a permanent deal.
But yeah, no, I agree. West Ham were playing some beautiful football like years ago. But obviously now, moving on to the United standpoint, obviously from an outsider, like looking in, what do you think has been the biggest issue for United this year? Obviously, because we've had a good year in the Prem. Both of our teams in the Prem this year.
Yeah.
I want to know from your standpoint, what's been your view on United this season? Because obviously, like I've not asked you much about United yet, but obviously with the Ten Hag situation at the start of the year, hiring Ruben Amorim. I mean, we're in the Europa League final, right? But aside from that, what's been your thoughts on United as a whole this season?
I think it's so difficult to talk about Manchester United when I feel like it's not even just one problem; it's many problems. But with the main thing for me was, cool, you guys won the FA Cup, and I thought you played really well in the final. I thought you completely deserved to win, but that should have been Ten Hag's Van Gaal moment, where it's like, okay, now my time is done. Like, I feel like if you're gonna keep the manager that won the cup or whatever, you have to keep him for the rest of the season, sort of thing. But if you should be sacking someone that you were debating about keeping or sacking a couple months ago, and that whole logic to me doesn't make any sense. If you're going to hire Ruben Amorim, should have been in the summer, even though it didn't even feel like you guys were interested, as West Ham and Liverpool were the guys that were interested in Amorim at the time. But you guys went after De Zerbi, Tuchel, whatever it was. Like, whoever you wanted, you should have got right at the start. They could have had a pre-season. Maybe it wouldn't be. I don't think you guys would have been like Champions League contending or anything, but at the same time, it would have been better than this. This is ridiculous right now. I think the squad needs a big overhaul. I think we've been saying that for a long time at Manchester United, regardless. I do like a couple of the signings you signed in the summer, like the Mazraoui, for example. He was linked with us. I do like him. I like him a lot. I think he'd do really well in the back three at this current moment in time at Man United. I know Amorim definitely deserves criticism at the back end of the season, but I just want to see what he does with a pre-season himself and a transfer window before I fully judge him. I do think no one's immune from criticism. Though. It's a bit like Potter at West Ham. It's difficult because you went from Ten Hag to Amorim, so the players aren't going to get used to that as it is, especially in the middle of the season. So it is what it is, sort of thing. Like, I feel like with Man United, you always have the heritage thing in you where you manage to get over the line in the cups. You always have that in you, but just with the league, I feel like some of the players are a bit too complacent. I just feel like some of the players don't gel well together. I think you need to build around like the likes of Manu and Ahmad at your club, who are good young players that have got potential to be very, very, very good players, like just in general in Europe and the world, etc. So I think you need to build around what you have in terms of the youth corps and the new signings that you made. If you keep going with the direction with the signings that you made in recent times, I think Man United could be a decent team, but I feel like it's going to take a couple of years. And as much as it should, and as much as it shouldn't, at least you're going to leave with maybe you can still leave with a couple of trophies along that way and then just build the mentality up. If, for example, you win the Europa League this season, and let's say you still sign a couple good players, you may not be the best team in the world or whatever, but let's say you're top 4, top 6 contending and you go on to win an FA Cup again or whatever it is, you go and win a FA Cup or Carabao Cup or whatever, that at least you're still leaving with trophies to then build on that. And as long as you're building on winning trophies, then the trophy isn't an anomaly, it's the start of something good. Like, you need to use the trophy wins as something to build on rather than just being like, okay, we won a trophy, now what? Because that's what I feel like you guys have done over the past couple of years. So just build on what you have, sort of thing, rather than just leaving it and that being like a diamond in the dirt sort of season.
Yeah, because when Ten Hag's first year, when he came in, right, I thought up until we lost 7-0 to Liverpool, right, which was grace, I thought it was the most perfect season because we had already won a trophy. We're literally in the top 3, just so close to the top of the league as well. We were like literally within points of City and Arsenal. I think of that time around that time. I think we were like what 4 points. I think a 4.5 point gap at the time because January. Like I remember, we had just gone ahead of City by a game, and then City went back ahead. Obviously, like they were like what. They were 9 points ahead of us at one point, and we caught up. And then obviously, like you guys, obviously, like Arsenal were on top, and then we caught up. But at the same time, everything fell apart after that 7-0, man. Like really, it was so perfect. We were literally going on a winning run. We were literally like winning games. We hadn't dropped points in a while, and then we just lose 7-0, and everything crumbles, and we lose the treble. We lose the FA Cup final to Man City, which for me was a failure because you cannot let your rivals win the treble in front of your eyes. I'm sorry, you can't let them win the treble in your eyes, and that's a disgrace in itself, right? But then again, like the following year, what happens if we finish 8th? We get knocked out of the Champions League. We lose everything else apart from the FA Cup. Fair play, FA Cup's fine. Like I love the FA Cup, right? Yeah. But that's not it's not the be all end all.
No, it's not.
It's not the be all end all for me. Like I'm looking at a cup double, maybe at least you know what? Last year, right, we had a terrible Champions League run. We should have at least qualified for the Europa League. Try and get 3rd, go and win the Europa League, and get back to the Champions League again. We didn't do that. So Ten Hag should have been sacked from me since that Champions League, in my opinion, or even that 7-0, because that's how bad it was. Like yes, it's his first season still. That 7-0 ruined everything. So, like I said, this season, the owners decided to listen to the fans that wrote him a letter saying let's keep Ten Hag because he won us an FA Cup. But who are we gonna go and get? Because we had injuries. That went in the bin because now the fans just turned. The tides just turned in October. So no, yeah, like I said, it is what it is.
Man, damn.
Big up.
Man, damn. What's up, man, damn? I could only spare like 10 minutes because I'm at work, but I said no, I have to come up. I like what I'm seeing here. I like this collaboration right here. You feel me, Mike? I like it, and it's funny. I was talking to you that we need to do a collab, and I'm just trying to look at my schedule to squeeze in a day because you said anytime after 5 you're available, right?
Yeah. He's available.
Okay. So I'm thinking about something.
Mike's is free, man. He's always free. He makes time for subscribers.
Right.
I try my best.
Yo, guys. I gotta say, big up, by the way. Big up you, man, because y'all are doing your own thing on your channels, and you need to start posting. I'm waiting for you to start posting. What are we waiting on here? Like, what are we doing?
Finishing up school.
Is this reference to...
done. Once he's done,
say that again.
He's almost
Is this
done
in
with
reference to...
Oh, you're doing school. Okay. I gotta respect that. I gotta respect that. I gotta respect this cool thing. So people, I need y'all honest opinion because y'all the neutral here. Who do you have winning the Europa League final?
Yeah, Josh, you go, bro. Because it's
no, I'll let you go first, Mike.
No, it's difficult for you, man. I want to know your opinion as an Arsenal fan, bro.
Right. I said last stream, we are in phase 6 of Arteta, and I have to support Manchester United in a European final to stop Spurs winning a trophy. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. I've got to support Manchester. I don't support either team, but I'd rather United won. Yeah. I don't want either of them to win. I hope they both fucking lost, but that can't happen. Cheers.
Bro.
You might always find a way to win something, man. You always find a way to win something. So I'm putting all my hope into you guys because I can't see Tottenham winning the trophy. I don't want to see a single Tottenham fan happy. But I also do think that no matter how bad you guys may be in a Premier League season, you guys always find a way to win something. They don't have that in them. So I'm putting all my hope into that.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not underestimating Spurs either, bro, because they beat us
always
3 times.
The second year.
Yes, in the second season. I don't want that to be proven because of us, because we're gonna always be remembered the team that let them win. So, bro, I am praying to the football gods that we win, bro, because I refuse and I want revenge. I want revenge so bad. Like, bro, in America, these Spurs fans, they act like they have the biggest chest. I be looking at them. I'm like, I can never take y'all seriously, bro. I could never take you lot seriously, bro. So,
Facts. You can never take the Spurs fans seriously, can you?
Never.
bro, listen, man, them like,
They have
man,
so
them,
much chest for no reason. Like Spurs
Yeah,
fans just talk like, bro,
bro,
just like
bro.
Arsenal.
I'm already annoyed that Liverpool won the league, bro. Thanks, Arteta. Thank you a lot, Arteta. The one
Also
time
handed City treble as well.
the one time I'm supporting you, and you fail me. I'm like, yo, let me understand this. David Moyes, that used to coach our club, went to West Ham, brought West Ham to a final and won it. And in your sixth season at Arsenal, bro.
The one time we needed Arsenal to help United fans, they didn't help shit.
Yeah,
You've needed Arsenal the last 3 seasons. You've needed them to stop City winning the treble. You needed them to stop winning 4 in a row.
Now we let Liverpool win the fucking league. Now I'm hella disappointed.
And listen, this is not banter or nothing. This is my actual anger speaking here, bro. This is my anger speaking here, bro. And I'm not gonna lie. The other night I was watching Mike's with Prime. Oh my god, bro! Like, because I was out with one of my friends.
Yeah.
And they asked me, we were talking about, oh, this is a West Ham fan reacting to your Champions League loss. Bro, like my friend next to me was just, he's like, what? What? What you just? Bro, like the meltdown on his face. He said, why you gotta remind me about that shit, bro? I'm like, bro, listen, I'm just supporting my fellow content creator. Like, what you mad at me for? You feel me? And it's like, bro, I don't know, man, but listen, I'm ready for Bilbao because we played at the stadium already, so we know the atmosphere. So I want the supporters to dominate the atmosphere and support the team. Feel me? But we can't underestimate no opponent. I don't care about what's going on in the league because the league is done for us. The team below us they're already all relegated. So it's Europa right now for me. And I feel like we could get over the line. It's gonna be difficult. And I said this: if we get past Bilbao because they're not pushovers, and we got past them, 7 goal on aggregate, we're gonna win the Europa League. And I have to stick by my words. I have to.
But
you better I got cut. But I appreciate coming to the channel for like
quickly
more streams. Score prediction.
Yeah. For United West Ham game.
2-0 Man United.
Fair enough.
Just being honest.
I'll say a draw.
Appreciate you having me on, man. Big up the panel as always. Make sure you keep smashing the likes, people. We'll definitely do more streams, lads.
And Mike, before you go, I will email you either Sunday or Monday, and I'll let you know the day.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Take care, guys.
All right. Take care. Yeah.
But subscribe to Mike, people. Subscribe to Mike as always. And he's edging so close to 1K subs. Big up to him, man. But guys,
bro.
Anyways, we're gonna move on from the Premier League talk now because you already know.
Yeah. But yo, listen, I have to go too because I'm at work. So you man. I mean, what you gonna talk about real quick? So I put in my 2 cents.
Now we're gonna talk about the European games, bro. Don't worry about it. You can head to work.
Bro. My prediction for the final, Inter gonna win that. Inter. I feel like the way how Inter played Barcelona, Inter never gave up. They were hungry. And another thing, Cronkies, if you're watching this, y'all need to go buy Inzaghi. Just go buy Inzaghi right now. Go buy Inzaghi because I wanted him for our club, but we got Ruben Amorim. Go buy Cronkies. Go buy Inzaghi. That's it. Man, later.
Big
Yeah.
Subscribe to Rasta Stocks as well, people. Subscribe to his channel as well. He's getting so close to 800 subs. But Josh, big up to you, man. Floor's yours. Arsenal crash out of the Champions League.
Ackerman, I was seriously debating whether or not to turn my camera on. Another potless season, another demonstration that we are not mentally ready when it matters most. There's a serious mentality issue at this club. Full credit to PSG, regardless of what Arteta thinks. PSG were the better side over the course of the two legs. All we had was about a 20-minute spell in the second leg, at the start of the second leg. Apart from that, they managed us perfectly.
Yeah.
But West Ham have managed us perfectly this season. Bournemouth have done the double over us. It goes way beyond this Champions League campaign. This entire season has been an absolute shambles, honestly. From where we were in the summer to weaken the squad and go ahead and do what we've done is inexcusable, especially that January.
I don't think the weaken the squad. I think the managers changed their style of play completely to become a long ball, throw in, like Stoke City type football.
Yeah, that's what I noted. As soon as I saw Partey start the long throw-ins, we conceded from one against Bournemouth at the weekend. And this fucking idiot thinks, oh yeah, we'll just keep saying it in the box. It's so obvious what he's trying to do. And it pisses me the fuck off. You see it done once against us. And you keep spamming crosses. And granted, we almost scored from one. But it's just pathetic, man. Absolutely pathetic. Regarding the game, we should have taken one of our early chances. We didn't. That's a quality thing as well as a mentality thing. PSG, they get one chance. What do? They hit the post. They were unlucky not to score 1-on-1, and then they go 1-0 up. Brilliant goal. And they could have scored more before half time. We went into our shells as per usual. Second half, we struggled to get into the game. We conceded a penalty. It's a bullshit penalty, but in Europe, it's a penalty. No complaints here, although it should never be a penalty. But you know what I mean. Raya saves it, which I think was justice. But then Thomas Partey loses the ball. Hakimi 2-0 tie over. Saka gets a goal back, and then proceeds to miss an absolute sitter to level the game and put us within one goal of taking it to extra time.
Yeah.
And I switched it off. Me and my mates, we switched it off 30 seconds before the end of the game because I didn't want to see the same old story again. It's the same old crap, season after fucking season. Bear in mind, that was our first open play goal in the semi-final since 2020. That was our first open play goal in a semi-final since 2020. When we beat Manchester City to win the COVID FA Cup, the only trophy this manager's fucking won.
You made, since Arteta's got here, Arsenal have made FA Cup semi-final, the Europa League semi-final,
2 Carabao Cup finals, and 1 Champions League final.
2 Carabao Cup semi-finals, 1 Champions League semi-final,
1 open play goal. In all that.
Just 5 semi-finals, and he's won 1 trophy. In how many attempts? How many attempts at a trophy? Let's include every single competition, every single season, right? 1 in 32 attempts.
It's the best looking Spaniards we know, Ackerman. I don't know who could do a better job, honestly. Let me just say this, yeah. Arteta is what Brendan Rodgers was to Liverpool, what Ranieri was to Chelsea, what Mark Hughes was to Manchester City, what Pochettino was to Spurs, what Solskjaer was to Manchester United. He's a fucking nearly man, and he's the biggest example of a nearly man. The guy can't get over the line to save his bacon, mate. He couldn't get over the line if his life depended on it. And I think a lot of blame has to be attributed to the board. At the end of the day, I still have that quote underneath my name. That is what Stan Kroenke said in 2018. He never brought Arsenal to win trophies. And it's like I said last stream, Ackerman, sacking Arteta would be a terrible decision business-wise. Terrible decision. But from a sporting perspective, it's an absolute miracle how he's lasted so long. Genuinely. I don't know. Like I say, I know I haven't focused on PSG. I am an Arsenal fan, but full credit to them. I wish them luck in the final. and I think they will go on to win it. It's like I said earlier. Munich has hosted the Champions League final 4 times, and each team that won it in Munich won it for the first time. And I think this is PSG's turn. So fair play to them.
Yeah, PSG for me, I think they've got such an incredible squad, like talent wise. Like we can't, like, for me, it's one of the most likable PSG teams in years. Like, I was not a fan of the Mbappe, Neymar like team because I just didn't really like enjoy watching these 2 players play. You actually have an actual team. Go look at the way Luis Enrique has managed these guys. He's managed to bring Desiree Doué in a year. Not even a full season. He's already in the team, right? Ousmane Dembele, who was very, very injury prone, got him balling again. People say it's purple patch. Maybe not. He's a good player. Changed his role to a striker where he's getting his output. Signed Kubica Kvaratskhelia, who was out of favor at Napoli, who has now joined PSG, and look at the absolute state of him. Warren Zaire-Emery, young academy player, right?
Doesn't even make the team now. And he's fantastic.
João Neves, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz. Bro, that midfield, bro, I kid you not, PSG have completely wiped the floor of England this year. Completely wiped the floor of England this year. They faced City in the group stages. They faced Aston Villa, Liverpool, City, right? Knocked them all out, and they're in the final. Their run has basically been against English clubs. But guess what? They proved that the French league is no farmers league now. PSG are actually strong. Like, forget just talking about the Prem. The league and PSG have dominated here. They could win a quad. They've won the Trophy des Champs, unless you count that Trophy des Champions, count that one. That's like a super cup for PSG, right? They beat Monaco in the final. They've won the French League Cup, the French FA Cup. They've won the league in a Champions League final now. They're in for a treble. They're in for a quadruple. And they could start off the year, if they win the Champions League, they could start off the year with a UEFA Super Cup. And a Club World Cup next year. That's a sextuple.
And the Intercontinental Cup.
Yeah, the Intercontinental
Cup.
That way, yeah, it counts. The same thing. It's a replacement for the Club Cup. But I don't know if they'll call it Club World Cup this year because it's like Club World Cup for this year. Like they have Club World Cup this year. I'm not sure if they'll count that. But even then, go look at that PSG team, right? Talent all across the pitch. Donnarumma, great keeper. Left back, Nuno Mendes, young player. Hakimi, baller. Center backs, experienced, good players. This is what I'm trying to say. PSG just have talent all across the pitch. Depth, everything. It's hard to compare our teams with PSG this year. They deserve this championship. Let's just be honest. PSG deserved this championship. From where they were in the group stages, right? From where they've ended up, they were about to get knocked out. Mind you, they beat City to almost knock them out, right? And to get to where they are right now, they were on the brink of elimination. PSG. Literally, they were like 25th, 2 points off getting eliminated. They made it through. They got through this knockout stages, like the playoffs. They won against what? Brest, right? And then they beat all the English Cup to the final.
Who's the Farmers League?
Just tells you everything you need to know that this PSG team, where the young squad, it's a young squad by design, but guess what? This young squad does not need time. They're in the Champions League. Some of our squads need to, but it's time, it's process. PSG in the Champions League final. So it's just been all these youth projects and progress, whatever. There you go.
I understand a lot of people they don't give PSG credit because of the whole Qatari ownership and whatnot. But you have to say they've completely ditched the Galactico mentality and actually focused on building a team. And I think you've got to give them great credit for that. Obviously they've got all the money in the world, but they chose to go away from the likes of Mbappe and Neymar and Messi, and choose to focus on more of a team unit. And right now they're reaping the rewards, and I think they will reap their rewards to the ultimate extent in Munich.
And also, bro, like you and I were both saying at the start of this PSG team was nowhere near the favorite to make the Champions League final. At the start of the year, I was like,
in the group stage, in the league phase, we sorted them aside with ease.
At the start of the
They look
year,
so far.
oh, sorry, I think your earphone's making a bit.
Sorry.
No worries. No, all good. Yeah, that's fine now.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to say we sorted them aside with ease in the group, in the league phase. They didn't look up for it at all. And fair play to Luis Enrique as well. And I hope for the sake of his daughter and whatnot, he goes on to win it again.
Yeah, no, he deserves it, man. Luis Enrique deserves the Champions League as well. But part of I'm going to wear my AC Milan kit in the Champions League final, so I'm going to be supporting PSG. But a part of me really, really wants Inzaghi to win this Champions League. Part of me does. I really, really like Inzaghi. Like, as a manager, Inzaghi, he deserves a Champions League. Just the way he manages his size, just the way his tactics, everything. He's a class manager. Like, no one can hate Inzaghi.
He's got a 36-year-old Mkhitaryan putting in N'Golo Kante shifts in the Champions League semi-finals against Barcelona.
But he's 30. He's done. You have to move him on. Bollocks.
Absolute nonsense.
Oh, this gimmick in English football that you have to bin a player once they reach 30 because they're coming towards the end of their career is just complete nonsense.
Like I say, FIFA's ruined us. It's even ruined me to an extent.
Paul Scholes
fair play to the likes of Mkhitaryan. I hope he does go on and win it.
Bro, Paul Scholes plays.
I have no agendas going into this final. Genuinely, just I hope for a good game.
Neither do I, man. This is going to be
even with your AC Milan ties.
Nah, I'm fine with that because I want Inzaghi to win it. Like, I like Inzaghi, but I want this PSG team to win it. PSG deserve a Champions League, man. They deserve a Champions League. They really, really do. They deserve to win a Champions League title. Like, this team, right? From where I thought this team would be. I thought once Mbappe left, they'd be finished. I thought that for sure this PSG wasn't going to get anywhere. I thought they'd just be like a league team. I didn't even think they'd win the league. That's how far I thought it. That's how bad I thought it would be. So I thought maybe another team will like step up and be like, okay, we're gonna do like a one season like wonder, and then PSG come back to win the league again next year. PSG could have completely wiped the floor of the league. They've completely wiped the floor of. Also, I think it's gonna be a points record. Actually, is it gonna be a points record as well in Ligue 1, like in terms of like win the league? Like,
I think the most has been 100 or 102 points. I don't know how many points they're on now, but I guarantee they're pretty close.
Yeah. I'm talking about points gap.
Points gap. No idea.
Because then again, if you look at PSG, right, they've wiped the floor of everyone this year. Like, in the league, they don't have the French League Cup anymore. They've been that already. So imagine PSG were in the French League Cup. Imagine there was a French League Cup this year. They would have had the Super Cup at the start of the year. They would have had the what's it called? They would have had the league, the French FA Cup, the Champions League, and French FA Cup, French the Ligue 1, French FA Cup, French League Cup, Super Cup, and the Champions League, the pentuple. At the start of the year, next year, they'd have to win the Super Cup, UEFA Super Cup, and the Club World Cup. What are you calling the seven trophies in a year? That's the greatest.
A septuple.
Is that going to be the greatest side ever in football history? If they do that in terms of like achievement wise, like
they've certainly got their way in the record books, haven't they?
Has to be, because Barcelona won the sextuple, right? And they call themselves the greatest team of all time. But this is like the pentuple. I know Spain doesn't have the French, the Spanish League Cup or whatever, but this has to be up there. Like, not in terms of the greatest side, like greatest players, but definitely in terms of like achievement wise, this has to be up there.
Definitely, no doubt about that.
And Luis Enrique, is a quality manager. He laughed at the way they said Arteta said that Arsenal were the better side in both legs.
Don't get me started on Arteta.
And the way that reporters stuck it in, and sorry, I don't mean to say that. The way the reporter said, the way the reporter kind of challenged Arteta.
Yeah, I sent you that, I think, on CBS.
Yeah, you did. I saw it. I'm like, Arteta looks rattled. He looks really, really rattled. As a manager, he's a sore loser in my opinion. As a manager, like he does not have the winning mentality with him.
It's not even that. I got genuine psychopath vibes from that interview. I genuinely did. Like the complete disregard for what she actually asked him to just go on his little schizophrenic rambling.
So
I found it really disturbing, genuinely. And I can honestly understand why rival fans hate him, because he's not a nice guy. The only reason why I want him to succeed is because he's manager of my football club, but he's not succeeding, which is why I want him out. You know, it's very, very, very simple formula. And I've been getting abused from like my classmates to my friends to even my family about my stance on Arteta. But I've never backed away from saying what I think because he's just proven me right time after time. I don't want him to prove me right, Akevin. I want him to win the fucking Prem. I wanted him to win the Champions League this season. But the harsh reality is he's never going to fucking do it. No matter how much money we give him. We've given him £700 million and we're playing a midfielder up top. We're relying on Trossard to get us back into the game. We've got don't even get me started on Partey. I thought we missed Partey after the first leg, but fucking hell, he cost us the second goal in the tie. So I don't know. I'll let you go on with it. I'm just so pissed off. I'm so humiliated.
I'd be upset as well, man. Like I can't. If I was in your shoes, bro, I'd be fuming because my football club ain't any better. I know we're in the Europa League final, but we ain't any better. Like in terms of just like squad, like players overall. Arsenal are the current like if we're going like man to man, head to head, Arsenal are the better team. If we're going on achievements, United are doing better.
We perform more consistently in the league, but at the end of the day, what do we have to show for it?
Nothing.
It's our goal. It's our golden era since 2004, and you're gonna have 3 trophies to our 0.
It's not gold. I don't think it's golden era because Man City have taken.
Well, over. That's what our fan base is saying. Our fan base full of fatherless fucking idiots that think that this guy is the only fucking manager that can possibly get us competing. When we've just seen Inzaghi make 2 Champions League finals in 3 years, with 36-year-old Mkhitaryan in midfield, with a bunch of fucking pensioners throughout the team. But apparently, this guy's the best thing since sliced bread. I was so hoping to get Hansi Flick last summer. I was so hoping for that.
I wanted Hansi Flick, man, last year. I was like, Ten Hag is not giving me any hope. Sack him and let's get Hansi Flick. This fan base completely dismissed Hansi Flick, and look what he's about to do with Barca. Win the domestic treble.
I was talking to people about wanting Hansi Flick in the summer, but I did say I will give Arteta one more season, considering we did go 16-1-1 for the last 18 games and nearly won the league, with our only points being dropped against City at the Etihad where we had the better chances, and against Aston Villa when we conceded the first goal after 84 minutes. But at the end of the day, we haven't been nearly as consistent. We haven't won more than 3 Premier League games in a row this season. We've been fucked by a team that hadn't won a trophy in 70 years prior to them winning it in March. We got beaten by Manchester United, which I maintain is our worst game of the season, our most humiliating game of the season. That was fucking pathetic. That was genuinely pathetic. This entire club is pathetic. This entire club, from the manager to the majority of the players to the fan base to the social media team to fucking everyone associated with it. Honestly, it's pathetic. I would keep Lewis Skelly, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, Ben White, Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, from Wanyeri. The rest of them fuck off as far as I'm concerned.
What are your thoughts on Saliba's contract? Obviously, he's
mate, just go. Just go. I'm not even letting you answer the rest of that question. Just go, mate. Because you're not going to win the trophies that your talent deserves under this cunt of a manager and under this fucking embarrassing institution as a club. Genuinely. Just go, bro. Honestly, just enjoy Madrid, enjoy the Madrid sunshine, enjoy the Champions Leagues, and the occasional La Liga. Just go, man, just go. Because
my question is like, right, how do your fans accept this, man? Like, genuinely, like,
fatherless Sackerman, fatherless. They haven't had a male. They haven't had a positive male role figure in their life, and this guy gives them a bit of promise, and they're fucking attached to him. It's genuine Stockholm syndrome. What has he done? What has he done to warrant this backing? How come the Kroenkes can fire a championship-winning coach in whatever American sport it is? Sorry, I'm extremely limited, but not sack Arteta after 5 years of no silverware? Where is the thought process? Oh wait, I answered that earlier because it would be a terrible business decision. Because as long as he finishes in the top 5, Akevin, he's fucking safe. It's like the last few years of Wenger all over again. Genuinely. just seeing that from Indian Scouts.
Nah, but what do you mean by that though? Like, why is Arteta trying to fuck off? Like, who are you talking about? Like,
I think he's on about Saliba. Like if he goes to Madrid.
Nah, man, you can't hate Trent, man. You can't, like, really, you can't hate him. The guy owes you nothing. He's won everything with Liverpool already. He's won the league. He's won the league in front of your own fans. He's won you a Champions League. Everything. He's been a part of it. Steve McManaman went to Real Madrid. Man. So, and the opportunity for when Real Madrid come knocking on the door, you can't turn them down. Like, it's a dream to play for Real Madrid. Whether you grew up as a Barcelona fan, bro, your dream is to play for Real Madrid. Let's just be honest with you, bro. You can't turn them down. Like, they're the biggest club in the world. Like,
he played a pivotal role in Liverpool regaining their perch at the top of English football, and now he's leaving, having done all he can. So fair play.
Fair enough, but I understand it hurts. Obviously, he's a local lad and everything, because David Beckham was a homegrown United player, and I'm sure a lot of United fans
from London.
It's still homegrown because, like, obviously, like where he grew up, he's in England and everything like that. Yeah, but losing an English player to Real Madrid kind of hurts. Would have hurt for sure back then. Would have definitely hurt. But the problem is now, people get so emotional. I'm not talking about you, Nerd, yet, but just people in general get so emotionally attached to a player that it hurts so much when you leave that club and you call them a traitor afterwards. That's the problem. Don't fall in love with players up until the point where, you know, that they feel like it's time for them to move on. Because a lot of West Ham fans fell in love with Jesse Lingard. What happened? Lingard came back and broke their hearts. He scored that goal against West Ham for United, the winning goal for United. Don't fall in love with a lone player. Don't get yourself so emotionally attached to a player that is a part of your club, because when they leave, it's going to hurt a lot.
They're employees.
They're employees, exactly. Even the manager's employee.
It's like there's that whole debate about whether, like, would you sell Saka if it meant my Arsenal won the league? And I was like, yeah, probably. I mean, I love Saka, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, he's an employee.
Facts.
And I'm fairly certain we can win trophies without him. We haven't won many with him. Maybe we can without him. We don't know. We don't know what the future's like. And I got abused for that as well, but fucking hell, just use your brains, lads. It's like we've got a fan base full of cockholes. It's fucking ridiculous.
What did you say? What did you end up saying?
What do you mean?
Like what do you mean you got abused for that? Like, you said something that.
No, when the Saka, would you sell Saka to win the league debate? I was like, yeah, probably. Because we're not winning it with him at the minute. And at the end of the day, he is another employee of the club. Like, this is the way I see it. I used to love players like, I cried when Iwobi left. I cried when Alexis Sanchez left. But then I grew up and realised they're getting paid hundreds of £1,000s a week. They get paid more in a week than I likely will in my entire life. So why am I getting emotionally attached to them? You know? It's like I'm not angry at any sort of players usually. I'm angry at the club. Because they're wasting my time. They've wasted my life. I went to my first Arsenal game in 2015. I looked at the Emirates for the first time and I fell in love with it.
but I regret it so much now because they've given me nothing in return, and they will continue to give me nothing in return. And that's the end of it.
I hear it, bro. Obviously, because I know you want Arteta out, right? If you had to bring in a realistic replacement now for him, who would you bring in? If you had to bring in a realistic, obviously, let's go with realistic and unrealistic. Let's do realistic first and then unrealistic. Or would you rather do?
I honestly think we can offer so much more money than Inter Milan can. I think it is a real, especially if Inter do win the Champions League. I think he would feel that his time there is done, his project is finished there, Inzaghi. So I personally believe that is a fairly realistic shout. I don't know what you think on that. Obviously, reality is subjective in this context. But if you want me to be unrealistic, Hansi Flick every step of the way. Hansi Flick. Genuinely. Why not?
You think he's realistic?
No, unrealistic. Hansi Flick. Yeah, I was about to say.
Who is your realistic option?
Inzaghi. But I don't know if you think that's realistic or not. I think it is.
I don't think he's realistic now because I think he stays at
up until the end of the season, definitely. But I do think if he does finally deliver the Champions League with Inter again,
Carlo Ancelotti,
he's going to feel like he's going to Brazil, isn't he? Brazil national team.
Maybe, yeah.
I wouldn't mind Julian Nagelsmann. Oh, honestly, just any manager with a proven CV. Because we've sat through 5 years with a manager with no CV, and look where it's got us. So.
Or you could go to Man City, ask them for their assistant manager, give them 5 years, £800 million.
Fuck off, man. I wouldn't mind taking Pep at this rate. Hey, heck, Ten Hag won 2 trophies with you, lot. Fucking hell. We might lose 7-0 to Spurs, but we'll win the Carabao Cup. Fuck it.
Stay away from Ten Hag. Stay away. I warn you, stay away from Ten Hag. Stay
away. We'll lose 7-0 to Spurs, but we'll win the League Cup. It's a trophy, bro.
You'll lose 7-0 to Spurs, and you'll win the League Cup.
Well, it's a trophy, man. But yeah, I don't think I'd ever lose. I don't think I'd ever.
Nah, your fans will be calling
for a 7-0 loss.
Because he's not young. He's not that what do you call a project manager, right?
He's not the best looking Netherlandsman, yeah.
Your fans will be calling for his head if he lost 7-0 to Spurs. Even after one game, they'd be calling for his head, bro.
If Arteta lose 7-0 at Anfield this weekend, our fan base will be like, "Oh, but it's so hard to bounce back after a Champions League semi-final defeat. It's his first job, guys. You'll give him time, guys. It's his first job. Don't criticize him, please." Fuck off, man. Honestly, just fucking. When they don't, I've clocked it. They don't support Arsenal Football Club. They support Mikel Arteta.
Yeah,
genuinely.
True. And then they tell you to go support someone else when the opinion doesn't suit their fucking agenda. You know what I mean?
Oh my word. Oh, I can't even. It's like when you see women on TikTok romanticizing murderers. Bro, they don't care that they're a murderer. They just care that they're good looking. Like, you're not looking at the facts here. Like, what are we doing here? Like, genuinely, this is fucking ridiculous. Honestly. Oh fuck. Hello, Prime.
Josh, what is it that you said to me over your dead body?
No, I didn't say that.
No. You in my head you said it, so I can't.
Right, okay.
Apologies that I'm late, but better late than never. Is there still food left for the cooking, or should I bring some ingredients?
Plenty left, mate. There's plenty left. Come on.
Yo, Prime, you want to share a screen or something?
Yeah, can you bring this up?
Oh, yeah, Christ above. Okay.
I thought it was someone backstage. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
Oh fuck.
No, go on.
Technical difficulties, just like Arsenal in winning trophies.
That's not Japan. That's not Japan. That's not Yule. That's not Japan. That's not Japan. That's not Yule.
Thank you, Prime.
What are you thinking? I'm not done.
No. Come on, man. Come on. You're kicking another man while he's down. This isn't noble. Please. Spare me, please. I needed that Champions League win, and what did Mikel miss? Nah.
Fine.
Top flight football for the season, man.
Fine. I'm assuming Mike's was here and he cooked, right?
No, not really. We were talking about United West Ham.
Oh,
That's why.
boo. Okay. Hey, I have to make up for it now. Let me just play this video and then, cool, I'll be normal, right?
Right.
I mean, hey, listen. Josh, do you know this song? Hey, Kevin knows it. You'll never sing that. You'll never sing that.
You don't need to see a video of that.
Of Europe. You'll never sing that. Hey, Kevin, bring this up.
I don't know if we need a video for it. I've got to be honest.
Go on.
Unfortunately, you haven't won a Champions League. You can't tell me what to do. Tell me. Hold on.
Man. Leave me be.
I made this video, by the way, so just watch it. Tell me what you guys think, and then.
3 minutes. 3.
Back again.
Like a blood clot again, you understand?
You get me? Now, when that pussy old Josh Kroenke said be excited, but I'm not excited.
It's our fucking year! Yeah? That's what's going on, blood! Yeah? It's fucking coming on, mate! Yeah? I will be in fucking Munich, blood! Yeah? It's fucking come around! It's time to seek revenge, rude boy. Yeah? You man got slapped up by Madrid every time you play them, blood. Yeah? Take a fucking lesson tonight, blood. Yeah? That's how you beat them little punks, rude boy. Yeah? Arsenal have the league title. Champions League's mine, bitch. If we don't win Champions League now, yeah, I'm finished. Yeah? Just know, I'm finished, blood. Yeah? I am finished. Yeah? Just know, I am finished, blood. Yeah, I am. My head is.
I'm depressed. I'm fuming. I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. I'm disgusted. I'm finished. I'm dead. Arsenal is dead. We are not the biggest club in London. London, unfortunately, people, is blue.
Okay, blue is the color. Football is the game. We're all together. Winning is our aim. So cheer us in the sun and rain, because Chelsea is our name.
No Arsenal fan in their right frame of mind can tell me we are a bigger club than Chelsea Football Club. We don't have no UEFA Cup, no Europa League, no European Cup, no Champions League. We have a UEFA Cup Winners' Cup, which is basically the fucking Conference League. We can't rely on this invincibility, this gold trophy, because Rangers just went fucking invincible in Scotland, mate. So we're not the only invincibles, are we? Juventus won the league unbeaten in Serie A one season, I believe.
Leverkusen.
There's been other invincibles, blood. You understand? Like, if you said to me, swap the invincible title and just have it as a normal title, Like changing invincibility for a Champions League, I'd do it in a heartbeat,
Absolutely.
blood.
That's a no-brainer.
I'd do it in a heartbeat,
That
blood.
is a no-brainer.
You understand?
Second again, ole, ole. 5 years, no trophy. Ole, ole. When will this end? When will this end? When will this end? Ole, ole.
Yeah, coins, man. So let's go. Come on, you.
Scumbag, shut up, blood.
Why did Troops get cooked in particular, man?
He has the most chests, right? He's always.
I made this for back again. The pod Lewis does with
He's always.
Lawless and Lewis and Mons and stuff. But yeah. Now, but I'll be real. I still want to cook, but not Josh, because Josh is right.
Oh, cheers, man.
No, you still don't have a Champions League. But certain people like you, some people like you, Lee Gunner, Don C, TJ, even though, you know, you guys have made poor life decisions in supporting Arsenal, you don't necessarily deserve it. I mean, you kind of do. You 50% deserve it because you're still an Arsenal fan. But regardless, Josh is still a good guy, you know. But listen, we all make bad life decisions once in a while, is what it is. Josh makes a bad life decision every day supporting Arsenal. But whatever, he's still a good guy. So
the one fucking year I needed Arsenal to do something for me, yeah, they don't do shit for me. Because I had to see my biggest rivals win the league in front of my very own fucking.
Hey, Kevin, I'll be real. Man United are shit all the time. You know, it's not about you. It's not about you.
They've been shit.
It's not about Man United. We get it, Man United. You're 15th, okay? Okay, you're 5 points to the relegation. We get it, man. You're not winning Europa.
And we're still in Europe. And we're still in European.
You're not winning Europa. It's fine. Don't worry. It's cool. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about Arsenal. It's about Arsenal. It's about certain Arsenal fans, okay?
You only win Europa.
Hey, Kevin, we'll talk about United later. Stop spoiling the cooking, okay? Now.
Go on.
Now. AF of the TV. Junior Lee, Bavs, judges,
Stricto,
Don, and Potts. I'll even include in this slightly. I was told back in the summer, amazing window, 10 out of 10. Arteta generational manager. You guys have a brilliant squad, which I agree. You guys have a squad good enough to win majors. But regardless, aside from that, I was told back in the summer, you're breaking my defensive record, both in the Prem and in the Champions League. It's what I was told. You allowed a PSG team that don't have a striker to batter you this way. This PSG team that, I'll be real, they're brilliantly drilled, pause, but how good are they really? Marquinhos is not a quality centre back. Hakimi's a world-class right back in my opinion, but he can be caught out defensively. Their midfield has no muscle, no steel. They don't have a striker. They played Barcola in the second leg, and he's not that good. Apparently, Partey was missing. Missing.
I said that. I'm willing to hold my hands up at that.
No, but it's not just you, Josh. You're not the only one that said. Again, I'm not cooking Josh here. I'm not. You know, Josh is cool. He's an Arsenal fan, but he's cool. But you guys saying Partey's the reason why you guys can't score goals. But Partey played when you lost to Newcastle, right? But hey, positives and progression. You guys have scored your first semi-final goal under Arteta since your FA Cup semi-final in his first half season. So
since Villarreal, but yeah.
Villarreal, yeah, actually. So yeah. So hey, progression, guys. But we're progressing, guys. You don't have a striker, but you know, you have PSG in the Champions League final. They don't have a striker. Because I know no Arsenal fans taking Gonzalo Ramos, who's on the bench. I know no Arsenal fan is taking Barcola. No Arsenal fan is taking Kvaratskhelia, because back in the summer, you guys, you know, I was telling you guys to buy Lookman. You guys said he's not even better than Sterling. So there's no way you're telling me you'll take Kvaratskhelia, because he wasn't starting at Napoli in the first half of the season.
Everyone takes him.
You guys wouldn't take Dembele. You guys are not taking Marcus Thuram or Lautaro Martinez,
Prime.
you guys are not taking Lewandowski because he's old and washed, right? Saka's better than Yamal. Waneri's better than Yamal. That's what I hear. You guys are not taking Rafinha, right? So what now? So Arteta is coaching wins. Arteta's coaching your wins.
Sorry to
So
cut him, bro.
the problem are the
better than Sesko. He said Kai Havertz is better than Sesko.
Oh yeah. I have that clip in here as well, somewhere on my laptop. So all these beautiful things, Arteta's coaching wins.
Prime Stoke City
so the squad's the problem. But how can the squad be the problem that he's assembled? He's been here. This is his 5th full season.
You might as well
look at Man United. The reason why Amorim gets somewhat of a pass, even though I don't necessarily agree with it, I think he should be doing better.
No, he doesn't get a
the reason why, but hold on, Kevin. The reason why people will give him a pass is because he needs his own squad. The squad's not good enough. He just got there. Cool. You've been here 5 years, 5 full years. You know what happens in 5 years? If a child was born when Arteta first got the job, right now he is walking, talking, he's in school, maybe he's even, playing football on the weekends. A 5-year-old, almost 6, he'll be 6 in December. And you don't have reliable goal scorers. You bought Havertz from Chelsea. Thank you, by the way. Beautiful. Chelsea have our worst ever goal scoring season, and you buy our number 9. Oh my! Thank you, Arteta. Thank you.
We've got 2/3 of that 22-23 attack.
Oh my God! Thank you. Jorginho, 5 months left on his contract. You could have signed him on a free in the summer, and you spent 10 mil on him. Thank you, Arteta. Thank you, Arteta. I love that. And people will say, but you bought Mudryk. Yes, and you guys wanted Mudryk. This Arsenal fan base was doing constant twerking for Mudryk. Heavy. And you guys could have signed Caicedo that January as well. But you went from Caicedo and Mudryk to
the Ukrainian Neymar,
Trossard and Jorginho. And in the summer, you went and spent 105 million on Declan Rice. And I rate Declan Rice, by the way. I think he's a world-class ball winner. I'll defend that against anyone. However, I know what he is, and I know what he isn't. In a possession-based system, he cannot be your deepest midfielder because he cannot conduct the play. He can't conduct the play. Rice can't really play on the half turn. 2 world-class free kicks against Real Madrid. I won't take that away from him. But now all of a sudden, Arsenal fans want to put him in conversations. But when I was telling people, when he was back at West Ham, when I was telling people how good he is, they were laughing at me. Cool. Rice turns up in your big games. Where does Saka turn up? People talk about how brilliant Saka is, star boy. But no one mentions in the back end of the season, when it matters, this guy continuously fails to turn up in pressure moments. I'm told this guy's better than Salah, better than Mahrez, better than Robin, better than Hazard, better than Bale, better than everyone. But you don't turn up in key moments. But an interesting stat. I don't even know if this is right or wrong, so I'll ask Josh this. How many goals has Saka scored this season in the Champions League?
In the Champions League, PSG,
is it 5?
Sporting, Monaco. I think it is 5, yeah.
And Henry's big up Rastastocks. And on the most goals Henry scored in the Champions League for Arsenal in a season is 5, right?
Couldn't tell you that one. Probably is.
I saw a stat that Saka has matched the most goals Henry scored in the Champions League season for 5, which is embarrassing because no other Arsenal player has scored 5 goals in a Champions League campaign for Arsenal since Henry. Olivier Giroud scored 4 Champions League goals for Chelsea in 1 game. The same Giroud that Arsenal fans were calling a donkey.
Bro, Højlund scored in a Champions League campaign more than Henry, I think. And he's shit.
But Henry's the Premier League GOAT, guys. But if I ask you guys what he's done in Europe, people don't want to answer. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, he won it with Barca, to be fair, but I understand from the Arsenal perspective.
Yeah, he won out Barca playing on the wing. You know, hey, you know who should be on the wing? Your number 5. Your number 5.
To be fair, yeah, I was thinking about after the second goal. It's like, what am I going to say? I was talking earlier with Akavin about it, from this fan base all the way down to these players. It's this manager's fault, alongside Edu's, that our squad is still so poor after 5 years, in my opinion. I said Lewis Skelly, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, Ben White, Declan Rice, Ethan Wanyeri, Bukayo Saka. Everyone apart from them, they can go.
I'll be real.
Those guys
I
can
don't
stay.
think their squad is poor though. I think with a better manager, you get more out of certain players. Trossard, he is a brilliant goal scorer. You can get something out of him. I look at Martinelli. There are ways that you could actually use him to be effective. I look at Saka, and as good as Saka is, this guy can rise to levels under a better manager that plays to his strengths. I look at Odegaard.
You know what Salah said about Slot?
What?
Don't mean to carry on.
No, you said Slot?
Yeah. I wanted to say Salah talking about Arne Slot. He doesn't have to defend as much under Slot as he did under Klopp. So I'm thinking Saka could get even more goal contributions if he did manage to stay up top instead of.
I don't even mean just goal contributions. I just mean be a better all-round player. Look at Odegaard. Again, I don't rate him highly per se, but he is a good technical player. You can get more out of him. Also interesting, because something I said in January that Arsenal need a Rashford type, someone who can turn up in big games, which is what Rashford does do. You needed Rashford against PSG. You also need a Bruno type of midfielder, someone who turns up in big games.
Especially the right Rashford, he always turns up against PSG.
Could have done with that.
Because I look at Inter Milan, Dumfries, he's not a world-class right back. Acherby is like 40. You have Mkhitaryan's like 50. Çalhanoğlu's finished. Thuram and Lautaro, I don't care what anyone tells me, they're not that good. Like, they're not great. But you have Inzaghi, world-class tactician. Probably the best manager in the world right now.
He deserves the Champions League.
You have Enrique. He got rid of that scrub Ugarte. And he said in the summer, we're going to be a better team without Mbappe. What's actually funny is the way PSG play right now, what they're missing is like an Mbappe or a Rashford, someone that can on the end of chances and score goals. That's the only thing they're really missing right now. It's typical Arsenal to batter Man City 5-1 and lose to West Ham. It's typical Arsenal to batter Real Madrid and then get knocked out to a Villa or a PSG. It's typical Arsenal. It's typical Arsenal to be the favourites, heir to the throne of the Premier League when City fall off, and to lose it to a Liverpool team that have been struggling for the past few seasons.
With no major signs under the new manager.
Salah's about to fall off. Trent can't defend. Alisson's been injured for most of the season. Slot is in his first season in the Prem, and he walks a league title, 15 plus points. It's crazy. Troops, we all know the Troops 15th team, right? You're 15? Well, Arsenal, you're second. Will you even finish second? Actually, no, seriously. You actually even finish second?
Did he have more wins in
We're going to bottle second to Pep as well.
And
bro, they already have more wins than Arsenal. One more win.
There's no more salt on the fire. You get embarrassed by PSG. You got to come back home and do a guard of honor at Anfield.
Yes.
Anfield.
Then you play Newcastle next. You struggle against them. So second isn't even secure. It could be third, fourth, whatever. And then
Southampton away last game.
Spurs could win Europa. Spurs could win Europa. Spurs could win Europa.
I've said on the last 2 live streams, it's phase 6 Arteta, and I have to support Manchester United in the European final.
And it's interesting because Spurs have beaten United 3 times this season. However, it's Man United. They have match winners. You expect them to get over the line against Spurs.
They'll turn up.
However, Ange keeps saying, I win in my second season. I always win in my second season. And he's here. He's in the final. I expected Spurs to bottle it against Bodo Glimt and get knocked out. I expected that. And they won 2-0 clean.
3-0.
I always win in my second season. He's in his second season. European final. So long as Spurs don't do something stupid like stack him 6 days before, because who would do that? It's not like, even though United are still my favorites to win it, it's not going to be that easy.
You don't think?
But here's the thing. Spurs, Arsenal fans, what you guys are going to say is, well, it's just Europa. It's not a big trophy. Yada, yada, yada. You know, you're still
manager had about 5 attempts at it.
Spurs are 16th. I don't know. It's amazing. It's hilarious. It's funny. But, like, I said this back in 2019 when you guys were, like, in a relegation battle. In the first half of that season. I said, for Arsenal fans that keep defending Arteta and defending the way your clubs are run, and you don't want anything better, and you're lost in this dream, this delusion, you deserve the suffering that you go through. This bumbling, like, stupidity explanation you have to do every year of Arteta is this misunderstood genius. Oh, you know, they called Einstein a madman, and look at him now. All this shit. Because I don't expect Arteta to win a major. I don't. I think, if we're being logical, I think it's ridiculous to expect a young manager to win a Champions League or win a league title, especially in the Premier League. I do think that's ridiculous to have that expectation. However, what I do expect him to do is to win an FA Cup or a Carabao, because I think Arteta is more than good enough to do that. He's shown he's more than good enough to be able to do that. If you have this Arsenal team challenging without a striker, you should be able to go win a Carabao FA Cup. Newcastle won the Carabao Cup, and they weren't doing well. They weren't doing well this season up until they won it. Man United are about to win potentially 3 trophies on the bounce, and they've been awful. Spurs have been equally as awful as Man United this season, and they could potentially win a trophy. Crystal Palace, they were in a relegation battle like the first half of last season before Glasner got there, and they are in an FA Cup final, and they could be in Europa League next season. City, you remember Rodri got injured, you Arsenal fans laughed. We broke City, they're done, they're finished. KDB's dead and gone. Holland said be humble, but Miles Skelly did the be humble back at him. City could finish above you. Chelsea, awful Chelsea. Palmer ghosting, no striker Jackson. Chelsea are a mess. You spend $1 billion, $2 billion, and you're in ruins. Your sugar daddy's gone. You're not going to be back, and you're not going to be the same again. Chelsea could finish above you. So, I say all this to say, you're doing a brilliant job, Arteta. Please stay. I'm enjoying what you're doing. Don't listen to Josh. He doesn't know football. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I enjoy what you're doing. Hey, Kevin enjoys what you're doing. All Chelsea fans, all United fans, Liverpool fans, City fans, rivals, everyone around the world, we all defend you. We all back you. Don't listen to the negative people like Josh. The toxic Josh. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Don't listen to the toxic.
I'm really toxic and negative, guys.
Yeah, because when you win, you're
down the lane.
Exactly, man. Yeah, go to Spurs are in the final. That's what you want, Josh.
Yeah, I'll fucking piss off there for a week.
Spurs. Yeah, exactly. Because when Arteta wins his major next year, you're not allowed to celebrate, son. You're not allowed to celebrate.
When is it?
I get told it's when. So I get told it's when. But yeah, yeah. If anyone wants to watch a real cooking, it's long, but Mike's channel, GBO Max, we cooked there for a long time. Check Sarcasm City, the Yardman show, they cooked, bro. Check Back Again, they cooked differently.
Check the Big Six show, they cooked as well.
They cooked differently.
Bro, Turkish was wearing a balaclava, you saw it. Full on balaclava, bro. Like,
check Never Foul, they cook differently. Big Expanse, they cook differently. Shut up, Sunshine, you're 15.
Oh, Sunshine.
Anyway, 15. You're not winning Europa. Anyway. And on Monday, 10 p.m. UK time, Mud Brothers. We're gonna have a funeral. We're having a funeral. You're invited, Josh. If you know.
Mate, it's gonna be a 2-3 hour whatever cook sesh. I don't know if I can handle it, to be honest. I'm not funerals.
If anyone's been to a funeral before, I know they're a very sad, depressing affair. I know, but this funeral,
it's a fun funeral.
I guarantee you'll have fun. If you support Arsenal, I don't know, whatever. But if you don't support Arsenal, I guarantee you're gonna have fun.
So, man.
Am I done?
There's a lot more. There's a lot more.
I don't know. Maybe I'm done. No, I agree. United are winning it, but for Sunshine's benefit, if you like. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm done. I mean, I'm not done, but like you guys do the same stuff every year, so I'll just have more stuff to say.
Genuinely, the same shit week in, week out, day in, day out, year in, year out. I don't know what else to say because I've said my piece with Ackerman before. It's just, I went to my first Arsenal game 10 years ago. I looked at the Emirates for the first time. I fell in love, and to this day, I regret that decision. That's all I have to say.
What did you fall in love with?
I don't know. I just saw the stadium and I was like, wow. You know that Dennis Bergkamp quote? You find a place where you belong. I fucking wish I didn't belong here. But I've got to stick it out.
You don't belong in Europe, lad.
Well, fucking hell. I think I've known that for a long time. But one thing I will say, for the rest of this season, I don't think I can contribute much to the live streams because I'm no longer watching any football matches this year. I'm done. I'm out. That's the last game I'm going to watch in football this year. I can't be asked. This season.
There's two more games left, bro.
You got to watch Europa. When United beat Spurs, you can cook them.
1 minute, yeah. They still have the kit launch day against Newcastle, so maybe you have to wait for that game. The day with the fans will queue outside the merchandise shop, queue outside the armory, right? And they're gonna be buying that new kit, bro. Next season, they're gonna wheel it out against Newcastle, so you gotta be there for it, bro. That's the last game you gotta watch.
I didn't buy any kits this season because I was like, last 3 seasons I've brought kits. We've bottled top 4 and we bottled the league twice. I was like, I'm a superstitious man, as the Godfather said. I'm not going to buy any kits and hopefully we'll deliver. We fucking haven't delivered. Not putting more money in the Kroenkes.
I hate the superstition.
Yeah, but like at least you're not the reason, so you can buy kits now.
Yeah, good point. No, I can't.
Because
I just can't, man.
I bought the United shirt last year, right? I hadn't bought it yet, right? I bought it and then we won the FA Cup. So listen, at the end of the day.
Yeah, won the FA Cup and then you've had your worst ever season. So well done.
Still, we still want a trophy.
And you had your worst ever season, so well done.
No, this is our worst ever season. This year.
Yeah, that's my point. That's my point. You won a trophy and then you had your worst ever season, so well done.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh, who's been more successful this season, Man United or Arsenal?
Well, it depends if United win the Europa League.
That's true.
Because if not, then we've both had shit seasons. And I think
if Spurs win Europa League, who's had a better season, Arsenal or Spurs?
Imagine Crystal
Spurs, obviously.
Imagine Crystal Palace win the FA Cup.
I would rather Crystal Palace win the FA Cup because then we would have more major trophies than City for at least one more season. So I'll take it. I've got to take the wins with the losses, man.
Wow.
Yeah, City equal Arsenal trophies, man. I see it.
Rasta Stocks, what's your question?
He says, no. So I think he's asking. So you think Spurs will beat us in the final?
No, I've said United are winning. I've been saying this.
Fair enough. But anyway,
yeah. But yeah, let's talk to the finalists here. Hey Kevin, how was your game?
Oh, it was good, bro. We smoked Bilbao, man, over both games, man. That was unbelievable. Like, I didn't expect to smoke them for 2 games, but listen.
So you're saying you guys got to your final over your dead body? Great.
Did you get a dog called Win, Akivan?
No.
Oh,
we don't need.
I was told that's the only way to win.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Get a dog called Heritage.
We won 2 trophies already. I can say with argument, we don't need a dog to win. Bro. You know what I mean? We don't need one.
Did you get any professional pickpockets?
I can say this with arrogance. We won 2 trophies in 2 years.
Everyone keeps saying about our new ownership. Chelsea have changed. We're not the same old Chelsea. Well, the Chelsea I know, we win in Europe, and Arsenal don't win in Europe. It looks like the same thing is happening in this new ownership. So.
Do you think you'll beat Betis?
Do I think? No.
You should.
No,
Chelsea. You know what?
I know we're being Betis.
I want Chelsea to win because I actually don't hate Chelsea. Like I'm not like that. My friend's a Chelsea fan. I don't mind Chelsea.
What?
I really don't. I don't mind Chelsea winning. I'm all for it.
Yeah, of course, because we're a big club, bro. We're actually a big club. The only big club in London.
I want you to win the cup. I don't mind it.
I have no ammunition for this shit, honestly.
No, you have what?
I have no ammunition for this.
Oh, of course you don't. Just like but a few weeks ago, when I was talking about Heritage, you were like, well, over my dead body, we'll be in the final.
You did not say that. This is just blatant bullshit. Come on now.
I heard that. So it's what matters. As they say, history is written by the winners. You didn't win, you don't get to write the story of what happened. So, and you know that thing of whenever the Pope dies, a new club wins the Champions League. Whenever the Champions League finals held in Munich, a new club wins the Champions League. Well,
that'll be PSG then. That's why I have them as winners.
I'll be wearing my Milan kit in the final. Hopefully PSG win it. But
I don't mind who wins it. I just hope for a good
wearing
game.
your Milan kit.
My Milan kit, yeah. I like Milan, bro, in Serie A.
But why are you wearing it in the final? You mean your Inter Milan kit or AC Milan?
My AC Milan shirt. AC Milan shirt.
That doesn't make sense, but.
No, I don't want Inter to win. I want PSG to win. This team is very likable, man. This PSG team is very, very likable. And for Luis Enrique's for his daughter as well, you gotta have that sympathy for him as well. Obviously he's had the loss of his daughter, and imagine winning the Champions League now with PSG. Like people say, but Ligue 1's a Farmers League, but actually Ligue 1, right? This Ligue 1 side has knocked out City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Villa, all in one Champions League season.
Hey, maybe you guys are the Farmers.
Who?
Well, the English League. I mean, I don't see why we're not. Oh, just Arsenal specifically, the only farmers. Okay, fair play.
I mean, what? Who are the other teams that they beat? Villa, Liverpool, City. They have Champions League. So
and Arsenal.
Fuck yeah, now, man. Fucking pretty kills, man. This is bullshit. This is fucking abuse, man. I don't think YouTube should allow this to go up.
Bro,
you know what? You call it abuse. I call it heritage.
Until Arsenal win a Champions League, it's heritage. Well,
no, not even Champions League because you're not winning one with Arteta. When they actually
like that yet.
Have you seen the progression Arsenal have made with Arteta though? Last year, quarterfinals. This year, semis. Next year we've got final, baby. I'm not even joking. By the way, next year you are making the final.
And then the following year, round of 16.
What has 60?
No. Prime. Playoffs. Let's do playoffs. Let's even better. Playoffs.
Nah, but you're making the final next year. I'm not even joking. But just be ready. You know how Arteta always loves to sign Chelsea players.
Imagine if Arteta makes a Champions League final and then the Arsenal fans
going to sign. You're going to sign Nkunku. Just be prepared for that. You guys are gonna be, hyped for Gyökeres all window. You're gonna be linked heavily to Sesko, and then you end up signing Rashford. So, are you okay with that?
We need strikers in any which way, Prime.
But Nkunku,
I want Gyökeres. I don't know about Nkunku. It'll be another Chelsea player that we bring in, and he plays like shit. There's the usual stuff.
You might as well
I'm sure you'll be there with your popcorn and whatnot.
You might as well go and what's his name?
I can't wait when Rashford's at Arsenal in October. We're going to be hearing Rashford's better than Mbappe and Vinny. I'll be there. I'll be there.
No, but who's out of favorite Chelsea right now? The Arsenal.
Nkunku.
No, aside from Nkunku, another one.
João Felix, Sassy, Ben Chilwell.
He's the loan signing. He's not permanent.
Yeah, but he's coming back in the summer.
Fair enough. Yeah, and Nkunku would be a
just prepared for a Chelsea player.
I see the same old sign. Arsenal finished second, right? They signed a Chelsea reject, and then they finished second again.
Hey, don't say Chelsea reject, bro. Arteta can save him.
Oh yeah, he can. If Kai Havertz 14 GA.
Why did we not buy McAllister instead for 30 million or less? This links back to the squad building.
What, McAllister instead of who? Havertz.
Yes.
McAllister
we could have signed someone else. I'm sure Arsenal Football Club have the money to sign someone else rather than spend 65 million on Kai Havertz.
Yeah, but Josh, you're using too much logic, bro.
Oh, don't start that. It's like you were talking earlier about Saka disappearing when it matters most. And I agree completely. And I've been abused for it and whatnot. I was talking to Akevin earlier about the debate. Would he sell Saka if it meant Arsenal won the Premier League? And I was one of the only few people that said yes.
Oh, yeah. That was like 2 years ago.
And I'm thinking, like, at the end of the day, I love the guy, obviously. But he doesn't appear when it matters most. I mean, you saw the chance he missed last night, or a few nights ago. You saw that chance. I swear, even if that's a Rashford that's going in the back of the net, because certain players have minerals and certain players don't. And at the end of the day, he is another employee of a business. So I don't get this emotional attachment. I honestly think this fan base as a whole, as a majority, suffer from a lack of father figure, which is why they've attached so deeply to Arteta. Because apart from that, I don't see any other reason as to why you would back him. It's like Stockholm syndrome. He's hurting you season in, season out, and you think that we can't get any better. Akevin asked me what realistic manager would I want in the summer, and I genuinely think if Inzaghi wins the UCL with Inter Milan, we can give Inzaghi a lot more money than Inter Milan can. Just bring him in instead. Because he's a proper fucking coach with a CV that knows what he's fucking doing.
He's already the second highest paid manager in the world, anyways, Arteta. So
I hear
Why?
people.
No, Wenger was the highest paid manager in the world. Why?
I hear like these big YouTubers and stuff talk about Arsenal and like, yes, we can criticize Arteta, but why would you want him out? Who else can you bring in? They say stuff like Ancelotti's not realistic, Conte's not realistic, Nagelsmann, Inzaghi's not realistic. And I'm just thinking here, sitting, that this is what we say about Spurs. About, just keep Ange because you're not going to get a better manager. You guys can attract world-class managers. But Arsenal's meant to be a big club. Like my banter aside, you're meant to be a big club. You're meant to be on the right path. You should be able to attract these better and it doesn't even have to be a world-class manager, because look at Arne Slot. No one knew who he was a year ago. And now all of a sudden people are saying he's world-class. So
I'm telling you now, there's a load of managers that can win more than 0 trophies in 5 years after being given £700 million. That's all I'm saying.
And a dog called to win.
Don't forget the professional pickpocketers. Don't forget the light bulb. Don't forget the you'll never walk alone at the training ground before getting battered 4-0. Forget all that.
Don't forget he spent.
Don't forget passes doing long throw-ins after we concede from one at the weekend.
Don't forget he spent 105 million on a central defensive midfielder when you needed a striker.
Prime, they might as well buy another dog called trophy. If they have a dog called win, they might as well buy another dog called trophy.
If we change the name to loss, do you think we'll start winning?
They can take a picture and have them side by side and say, "This is a." They can call it win trophy.
No. With the charity shields that they have, with the major trophies that they have, charity shields.
Oh, you won't even be able to win that. You won't even be able to win that.
Sorry?
They won't even be able to win that next season because they won't be in the charity shield.
Oh yeah, that's true. They won't be in the charity shield. That's right.
All I think is bring Inzaghi in the summer, and with Andrea Berta as our sporting director, we can actually act serious and get in some proper fucking players that won't bottle it under pressure, and we might just get somewhere. That's what I feel on it.
Fair enough. But anyways, I'm sure the Arsenal segment has gone on for some time. But
let's talk about the other semi-final.
About the Arsenal.
Barcelona. We'll talk about that one as well. No, that's fine. But Barca Inter, we talked about that one. That was the game of the week again. 2 games in a row. 2 games in a row now, bro. I kid you not, right? These two managers, Inzaghi and Flick, have kind of redeemed football in a way. Proved that football isn't all about system. It can actually be end to end. That right there. Flick and Inzaghi going at it together. They're going for it. They ain't sitting back. They ain't passing around the edge of the box.
But Arteta's better, guys.
I don't know. Wait.
You start off Inter Barca.
Start off with Inter Barca. All I can say is my eyes has been cleansed from watching Arsenal play. Lamine Yamal is an exceptional talent. Denzel Dumfries, brilliant player. I know what Prime said earlier, but I think he had 4 goal contributions over the 2 legs, maybe even 5.
No. What I mean about Dumfries is that if I was to ask Arsenal fans back in the summer, would you guys take him? They would have said no. That's what I mean.
Oh, fair play. Lautaro Martinez, I think he was playing injured during the game actually, and he still managed to get on the score sheet. Marcus Thuram, I mean, I know there's stuff coming out. I know there's allegations coming out about him, but incredible performance there. I thought Frenkie de Jong was fantastic. I don't know, man. I thought it was just a brilliant game all round. I'm not a tactical visionary, never claimed to be, but I just appreciate good football, and that was fantastic football over the 2 legs.
What allegations?
So you're not able to calculate the field tilt of that game?
No. Did you hear that we accumulated the most XG across the semi-finals? So next year we'll put that right. Don't worry.
apparently the PSG bench told Arteta that Arsenal were the better team.
Honestly, I don't know if you saw that interview on CBS Prime, but that I got serious psychopath vibes from him. But genuinely, I can understand why rival fans don't like him because he's not a nice manager, and the only reason why I want him to do well is because he is managing my football club. But the reason why I want him out is because he's not doing well. He's not winning the silverware. So, back to into Barca before we get sidetracked again. What a game, man. I'll let you two talk about it from now.
No, you can continue speaking.
Don't worry, Prime. I'll let you have it on this one.
Go on,
no, because you suffered with Arsenal, so you continue speaking about this.
Wow. I told Akevin earlier in the stream, I think it was before Prime hopped on. Akevin asked me, who's your realistic managerial change in the summer? Who's your unrealistic managerial change in the summer? And I said both these managers. Inzaghi realistic, Hansi Flick unrealistic. Because at the end of the day, they're winners. I think Hansi Flick, he's managed a total of 3 seasons at club level. And he's going to win 3 league titles, 2 domestic cups. And he's also got the Champions League medal sitting with him at home. And you saw that. I think if you want to talk about people that didn't perform too well, I don't know. I don't think Pedri played too well personally. I don't know what you two think about that. But I don't know, man. I don't know what else to say. It was just a brilliant game of football. Even if away goals were still a thing, that would still have gone to extra time, which is a credit to both teams. And I'll let you two carry on.
I didn't watch the second leg.
Oh, you missed out on the classic. I can't, man.
Nah, man. I was enjoying the Phil Tilt masterclass.
Did you see the tacticos on Twitter talking about how these two aren't the best in Europe because they're not doing well in possession? Oh my god. Anyway, I'll let you two carry on.
Actually,
the expect to win meter as well. I'll let you carry on, Akevin.
No, I just think it was end to end. Like I said, it's one of the best games I think we've all seen in a long time. I unfortunately fell asleep after Rafinha's goal, which is so unfortunate because I would have watched the classic Inter comeback. My friend who's a Barca fan hasn't responded to me in a few days, and I understand why. He's broken, and you don't want to go out like that in a semi-final, especially in a really good game.
I think that was. So I think that was the most goals. I think that was the most goals, the joint most goals ever in a Champions League semi-final, alongside Liverpool versus Roma in 2018.
What was the score line in the? You saying this is tied with Liverpool Roma?
Yeah, which was also 7-6, if I'm not wrong.
Roma were 1 goal away, man, from taking this to extra time, man. Another. It would have been another great. Roma could have made the final that year. Genuinely, they could have made the Champions League final that year.
No, their 4th goal was in the 96th minute when the game was dead.
Fair enough, but even then, like, they had chances that they could have buried prior. But listen, that was a decent run by Roma that year when they got that Barcelona 3-0 comeback. And what's funny, I told my friends on chat that Roma are winning 3-0 tonight. That day, I literally remember that day. I was saying Roma are winning 3-0, and then they ended up winning 3-0.
Not yet. Wait until
I can see. But as I was saying, like, look, they've kind of redeemed us in terms of football. Like fuck system football. This is proper football right here. So Hansi Flick and Inzaghi, fair play. Great managers, great football, great game, end-to-end stuff. And yeah, like I said, Inter in the final against PSG. Honestly, I'm leaning towards Inter to win the Champions League, but don't be surprised if PSG do end up nicking it because they've got a good team. They've got a decent young team. So I won't be surprised if PSG do win it. But Inter are just a very, very good side as well. Very, very, very well coached tactically, just unbelievable on the ball. Like, they're so good in possession as well. Like, retaining it, just keeping it. like Inter are just a prime example of how football should be played in the modern day. If you watch Inter, the way they play football, and you watch the way Barca play, most perfect example as to how football should be played in today's day. Not system football, not adapting to a certain style of play. This is how you should play. And Inter are in the Champions League final for a fucking reason. Plain and simple. They're there for a reason. And they deserve it this year, potentially. They potentially deserve it. After what happened in 2023, Inzaghi deserves the Champions League. He definitely deserves one. Can't debate that. He's a top manager. Like, he should have won a Champions League by now, but this is his best chance. This is his golden opportunity to win a Champions League. If he bottles it, then well, I don't know, man. But Luis Enrique
hi, Josh. Because we were talking about field tilt.
Oh, I'm so unhappy I missed that one.
Let me know when you brought this up. Is it on screen?
Yeah, it's on screen now.
Cool.
All of this new shit, the field tilt. The field don't fucking tilt. It's flat. It don't tilt.
Before you carry on, hey, Beans and Toast, big up for the super chat fire username, as I always tell you. He says this show is straight fire with the fire emoji and the Jamaican flag. Big up Beans and Toast.
Yeah, big up, bro.
As well. Is it that? Is the league that bad then? Because not only
they yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm not going to humor everybody. It's entertaining to watch.
Offensively, bro.
It's entertaining to watch.
Them focus on football, bro. It's focus on fucking like not playing football like the English Premier League, because the man them just focus off the ball this and off the ball that.
Off the ball from La Liga is just ball, bro. They're horrible.
Defensive strikers and all of this. But man, shut up, man, and just play with the fucking football, bro. You get what I'm saying? We watch football for ball fucking manipulation. Pause for that.
Yo, hey, yo.
You know what I mean?
I know what you meant,
yo, all of this new shit, the field tilt. The field don't fucking tilt. It's flat. It don't tilt. And they're on a slope, and they're on a hill, and they're on a mountainside. No, and I like the feeling when we used to play on a Jamaica. It don't tilt. It's flat. Shut up with all of this shit. Oh, chances created. As soon as a man lob a ball in the box, chances created. What the fuck? Oh, so then now use all of them fucking stats here and talk about the guard and talk about all of these fucking guys. Man, shut up, bruv. Shut up and just watch the fucking game. Watch if the player good or not, and then make a decision. Get rid of all of the stat sheets and all of this bullshit. Get rid of all of them.
Flawless lab made it even better. I can't lie.
That reminds me of the Lee Gunner clip where he's on about XG. What's the XG? And then he's like, I expect to have a shit at 5 o'clock, but if I don't have a shit, am I going to shit myself? I saw it on that guy's jokes earlier. Oh, my word. He was saying that back in like 2020. Visionary performance, I can't lie.
This was the field tilt on having a shit. The toilet tilt.
Oh, man. But anyways, quick review on this Tottenham Bodo Glimt game, if you have any to say about that.
Heritage from Spurs.
No, we're talking heritage about Tottenham.
Oh, so we can't talk about their heritage.
First English team to win a European trophy, I think.
No.
Not just that, they've got 2 Europa Leagues.
Don't they have a Cup Winners' Cup?
They have 2 UEFA Cups.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But nah, good game from Spurs. I genuinely expected Bodo Glimt to actually knock them out in second leg. So Credit to Spurs. Congratulations. You know,
Josh, anything to say?
you're in a European final. You know, apparently it's a difficult thing to do for some. But
Anything to say, Josh?
I haven't watched any football since that Arsenal game, and I'm not going to for the rest of the season. So,
wow, really?
Honestly, I'm contributing fuck all to this live stream for the rest of the season now because I'm just so disinterested in it all.
But Josh, how long have you been supporting Arsenal for?
11 years.
Oh, 11 years. Okay.
Yeah. 2014. I remember my first game I ever watched. Well, first Arsenal game I ever watched. 1-0 win against Besiktas, Champions League qualifier. Alexis Sanchez's first goal. God only knows. The journey, guys. That journey since hasn't been fun. Yeah.
So this is your 11th season as an Arsenal fan?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
This is my 16th season as a United fan.
16. Yeah, United are 15th. No one cares, Kevin. But with Arsenal, don't want to sound rude, but this hasn't been happening for 10 years prior. Why would the 11th season be different?
Good point. That's
rude. I'm sorry. That's rude.
No, it's true. I was thinking. I told Akivin earlier. I gave Arteta one more season this season because we went 16-1-1 at the end of the season. 2 of those games we didn't win was at the Etihad, where we had the better chances, and against Aston Villa, where we conceded the first goal in the 84th minute. And I thought, we've evidently got it in us to go on a run to win the league. Let's see what he does this season. And he's failed again. So I did expect it to be different, but naturally it's Arsenal Football Club. There's a serious mentality issue, and that's never going to change as long as we have these owners, I feel. Because I alluded to it earlier. You look at it from a business perspective, which these owners are, and sacking Arteta would be a horrific decision because he's giving them what they want, which is Champions League football. And as long as Arteta keeps finishing in the top 5, his job's safe. Same with Wenger.
Yeah, Wenger.
But yeah, on to Spurs, man. I haven't watched it. I'm not watching any football until the rest of the season.
Wenger got
but fair play to them, man. Yeah, and if he does deliver that Europa League, that's going to be one of the coldest quotes in recent football history. So.
Yeah, and we better hope it doesn't happen.
Hey, you know what should have been a cold quote?
Glory, Man United on that day.
You know what should have been a cold quote? Over my dead body. That should have been a cold quote. Because that is a cold quote to say. Over my dead body.
It is. I can't lie. It is.
Over my dead body. I always win in my second season.
But I'm talking about
hey, that's.
It's a pity it was wasted on Arteta. If there's an actual competent manager, it might have gone down well. Yeah.
But anyways, United through the Bilbao. That's all I asked for. Get through these 2 games, win the Europa League. Hopefully at the end of the season. Like I said, we could be shit, but as long as we salvage a trophy, that's the most important thing in football. You know, winning trophies, winning the majors, and we're now through to the final with and 3 games left to go in the Premier League. Can't wait till the season ends, man. Genuinely, it's been one of the worst seasons ever. We come out with the trophy, fair enough. Like, honestly, we just have to. And we smoked the ball with the 2 legs, man. Over the 2 games, we smoked them. Like, the first game, 3-0, didn't expect it at all. I thought it'd be a draw. Yesterday night, we just completely battered them 4-1. Like, Mason Mount, Ahmad, Kobe coming on. Makes a huge difference in our attack. Makes a huge difference for us going forward. And they need to start the final. These 3. Mason Mount, I can't lie. I don't rate him to the extent that some fans might do. But you know what? The cameo he gave when he came on yesterday, fair play. That second goal, spectacular as well from the halfway line, just over everyone into the goal. First goal, very very Makeda like turn. Like he did like the Makeda turn against Aston Villa all those years ago, and it's a very very similar goal. Just the turn and the shot and the finish. Love to see it. And yeah, like I said, we're through the Bilbao. Hopefully, we win the whole thing now. Beat Spurs in the final. Love nothing more than to beat Spurs in the final. So we'll see. Hopefully, we can do that. We've done it before. We beat them in the Carling Cup final in 2009 on penalties. When they had Bale, Modric, and those guys, Van der Vaart, or something like that. So yeah, like I said, just win the Europa now, and that's it. But Prime, I want to ask you about Chelsea. Confident you can win the Conference League now, and you made it to the final.
It's a double-edged question. I mean, am I confident like certain people were confident about PSG? No. Sorry.
Fucking hell, man.
Hey, listen, I told you the best bet was just you winning the Champions League. That would have stopped me off Europe.
No.
But unlike Arteta, I can actually say you're not winning the Champions League over my dead body. I can actually say that. So, yeah, no. It was what it is. Second leg. We played a lot of youth players. Reggie Walsh started. Tariq George started. Chimaweka came on. Antwi came on. Achingpong started the game. Just gave a lot of these young players a run now. What's up? Yeah. Gave a lot of the young players a run out. Is what it is. Got the job done. Brilliant assist from Tariq George. Good goal from Lewis Hall, or not Lewis Hall, Dewsbury Hall.
Dewsbury Hall.
That's gonna be a good 40 mil we're gonna get in the summer. Profit, Yeah, it's good. Is what it is. Betis is the opponent I wanted. I didn't want to play Fiorentina because of the hair. I didn't want to have to deal with that, especially when we don't really score a lot of goals either. But playing Betis, they don't really have a good defense.
These are good.
I know people want to say they have Bellerin and Lo Celso and Isco and Anthony, all these rejects. I don't care about them. I'll be so honest. Isco's old. He's not going to do anything against Caicedo and Lavia. And Anthony, he's not getting past Cucurella, so I'm not worried at all.
Bro, if Anthony wins if United win the Europa League and Anthony wins the Conference League, he would have been the first ever player to have won 2 European medals in the same season.
I know. Well, it's not happening, so that's irrelevant.
I think Chelsea will win the final. But the other side, Betis versus Fiorentina. Fiorentina almost pulled off the comeback.
Yeah, so for Chelsea fans who are worried, I'm not. Is what it is.
But yeah, anyways.
When people were telling me that we'll get knocked out or we won't make the final, whatever, I said over my dead body and I'm still alive. So,
But anyways, we're gonna do score predictions and wrap it up here. Fulham Everton. What do you guys' predictions for that game?
Craven Cottage.
Yeah, Craven Cottage, yes. I'm gonna go. Might pull off something.
I'm gonna go. I was gonna say draw too.
Scoreline?
Probably the same thing.
Josh?
1-1 draw.
Ipswich Town Brentford. 2-1 Brentford.
2-0 Brentford.
2-1 Ipswich.
Southampton City. City gonna win by a lot. 6-0 Man City.
When's the FA Cup final?
Next weekend. But City are playing. They're not playing a double game week. They're playing one game right after the cup final. So midweek, I think Wednesday they play, or Tuesday they play straight after the cup final. But they get. But Southampton Man City.
5-0 Man City.
4-0 or 6-0 Man City. I'm gonna go 6-0 City. Prime.
4-1 Man City.
Wolves against Brighton. Josh, you there? Prime, what are you saying anyways? Wolves.
Apologies, lads. Wolves Brighton. 2-2 draw.
1-1. Prime.
1-1.
Bournemouth Aston Villa. 2-1 Villa.
2-2 draw.
Draw.
Scoreline?
I don't have one. Draw.
Newcastle Chelsea. Want to talk about this game, Prime? Are you good for this?
All right, you guys can go first.
Newcastle need this game. They're literally both teams need this game. You're both in a top 5 battle. Like you both need. It's like a must win for both teams. Complete must. You're literally tied on goal difference, tied on points. 4th and 5th. I think Newcastle need to win this game more than Chelsea. I'll be honest. Actually, no. Sorry, I don't know. I can't say. But what are you guys saying? Predictions? I'm gonna go 2. Sorry, Prime. I think 2-1 Newcastle. I think Newcastle playing at home, that might help them. So I'm gonna go 2-1 Newcastle. Josh and Prime, what are you guys saying?
Well, I look at it from an Arsenal perspective, naturally. I am an Arsenal fan. I think we will finish top 5 because I think Chelsea play Newcastle and Nottingham Forest. So points are guaranteed to be dropped by both sides. But I think Newcastle will win 2-0.
But you do play Liverpool, so might be tough.
Yeah, I know, but I'm relying on Southampton as a 3-point banker. So.
United against West Ham. I said 2-1 United.
1-0 West Ham.
Oh, I'm not going to talk about Chelsea again.
You go ahead, bro. Go ahead. It's yours.
Did you say you're relying on Southampton to beat City? Why?
No. I said I think Arsenal will get top 5 because Chelsea have to play both Newcastle and Nottingham Forest. So points are guaranteed to be dropped around us.
What do you mean? Top 5, bro? You're second.
Yeah, but we're going to fall away. City will finish second in the end. There's no doubt about that.
Listen, there's 4 games left. If you win all your games and Liverpool lose all their games, then there's only a 3-point difference in the title.
Mute point, really. But yeah, 3 points away. A lot of our fans will lap it up. I say go right ahead, man. You only live once. You might as well find positivity and delusion. Go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, this Newcastle game, St. James's Park, no Joe Linton for them. Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo for Chelsea. The LFC midfield. 3-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Newcastle. What are you saying, Josh?
2-0 Newcastle.
Man United versus West Ham. 2-1 Man United.
One 0 West Ham.
West Ham have not scored a goal at Old Trafford since 2020.
Records are there to be broken, Of
course it is.
Not necessarily.
Not in some cases.
Man United.
This is a bit of a rivalry game. Forest against Leicester. 3-1 Forest.
Yeah, I agree with you, Akavinda. Vardy, no.
Jamie Vardy's
not yet.
2 games away from making his 500 appearance for Leicester. 2 more games.
He'll score 200 Premier League goals or whatever it is on his 500.
Oh yeah, he needs to as well. He needs to score 1 more goal to reach 200 as well. Facts.
Vardy.
3-1 Forest.
Leicester win.
3-1.
Vardy not only bags, he gets the winner. My striker.
Tottenham Crystal Palace.
2-0 Palace.
Forest Leicester, what'd you guys say? I said 3-1 Forest.
I agree with you, Ackerman.
What's good?
Forest Leicester. Bit of a rivalry game here, this one.
I just said Leicester win.
Sorry?
I said Leicester win.
Tottenham Palace. I'm gonna go with 2-0 Crystal Palace.
Yeah, 2-0 Palace.
Fine.
Uh, 3-0 Spurs.
Liverpool Arsenal.
9-0 Liverpool.
That's mad.
Fucking might as well be.
Liverpool who?
Arsenal.
I know Liverpool. That's crazy. Arsenal not conceding 9 goals. 2-0 Arsenal.
3-1
I was thinking the same thing a few weeks ago. I thought if we do get knocked out by PSG, the pressure will be off. And because Liverpool have already won the league, they're not going to be 100%. But I just don't care, man. Just slap us 9-0. I don't care. Just put me out of my misery for this season, man. It's been a fucking shambles.
3-1 Liverpool. Or hell, even 2-1 maybe.
Oh shit, my battery's about to go. Alright.
But yeah, sorry, Fran, were you saying 2-0 Arsenal?
Yeah.
And Josh, you said what?
I'll go 3-3 draw. Realistically.
El Clasico weekend this weekend. Title decider. If Barca win, it's over. If Real Madrid win, they're 1 point behind Barca. If it's a draw, stays at 4 points. Stays at a 4-point gap. Predictions for that game?
Draw.
It's at the camp. It's in Barcelona.
It's in Barcelona. 1-1 draw. I think that will essentially seal the title, to be fair.
Come on, Real Madrid, man. 2-1 Real Madrid. Fuck it, whatever. I don't care. Let's go for it. Please. Prime, what are you saying? Score predictions for El Clasico.
I've got ahead. So, but yeah, thanks for having me on. And
no worries. El Clasico prediction?
I don't have one. Barcelona are gonna. The title's on the line.
Yeah, title's on the line. This one, whoever wins this game, title's on.
Barca in disarray. You know what? Interesting. Real Madrid.
2-1 Real Madrid, man. Please, fuck it.
But yeah, I gotta go. Thanks for having me on, Kevin.
No worries, man. Shout out to you, bro.
And Josh.
Over your dead body, Prime. Don't worry.
Hey, it's not my body that's dead, is it?
Yeah, to be fair, you're not wrong there.
But yeah.
And if Ange wins in the second season, interesting.
Oh no, not
today. Phase 2, Ange can win in Europe, but phase what is it, 5 or 6 Arteta can't? Crazy.
Just funny. Mike came on. I had this background here. You see Premier League, yeah. United and West Ham both in the picture as well. So it was a good day to bring Mike's on for the background. But anyways,
Oh wow.
I am gonna close out. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I am getting tired. It's quite late here, so we're gonna close out. Make sure you guys, as you leave, please make sure you guys are hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. Subscribe to my panelists before you subscribe to me. I always want to prioritize my guests before everyone else. Subscribe to my panelists first before you subscribe to me.
Nah, don't subscribe to me. Subscribe to Josh.
No, subscribe to Prime, man. I'm the only one here that hasn't uploaded any content. Subscribe to the other two.
Nah,
because they put effort in, man. And Akvin especially, he has to manage everyone else's time zones in order to do these videos. He puts in the work, he puts in the dedication.
Josh has to go through a lot just being an Arsenal fan. So like, subscribe to Josh. let him have something.
The other two other priority, lads. Don't worry.
Josh, wants to hear you saying, bro. Sorry.
So Arteta said.
The other two are priorities, man.
That's what Arteta said. You know. That's why you guys don't do well in the Carabao and FA Cups. The other two trophies are priority.
Fuck off, man. This cook session's been fucking horrible, man.
I'm not even cooking. Sorry. I'm.
Well, yeah. You're just, you know.
You didn't know, Josh. This is what I'm like, especially with Arsenal. You guys make it too easy. So.
Fair play, mate. Fair play.
Yeah, but did you see Gal's meltdown? By the way,
I could not give less of a shit. It's all for views. Fuck it. I don't care.
I'll see it later. I'm in the middle of watching Dan Potter's Arsenal Roundabout, so.
Oh, I watched that Arsenal Roundabout, bro. I've been watching Arsenal content for 2 days straight, enjoying.
Shout out Dan Potts every time, bro. That's my guy.
I still have to watch League Gunners emergency stream.
Man, I would love to do a show.
Well, 14 hours worth.
If he ever comes across the stream, please, Dan Potts.
Hey, listen, when you cook, do you miss out on an ingredient? No. We're gonna cook. We're gonna cook properly.
Oh no, man! I'll see you guys next season, yeah. Because I don't know, don't know if I have the energy. I don't know if I have the dead body available to do the rest of the streams.
Yeah. Let's do this. Let's do this same time next season, yeah.
Yeah, same time next season when you two fucking win something and I'm potless again. Go on. We might as well run back this video in 2026 and 2027 and 2028.
But yeah,
you know,
like, as you
how long does Arteta have left on his contract?
Oh, too long.
He just signed a new one, didn't he? Like a 3-year contract or something, added to his current one. So
just bring me Inzaghi in the summer. Him and Berta will actually be semi-serious, and we might get somewhere. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, anyway,
Berta's going to be gone midway next season.
Yeah, it'll be the same way as Sven Nistelrooy was.
Yeah. Over my dead body.
Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, lads, and subscribe to the other two.
Subscribe to my panelists before you subscribe to me, please. As always, I always prioritize my guests first. Please sub to everyone else before you sub to me. But like I said, let's get to a new milestone. 230 subs by the end of the day would be nice. I'm currently on 225. 8 of you watching, head over to YouTube, AN Sports, subscribe.
Are you rating to someone?
No, I'm not. I don't think I can, anyways.
Okay. But I'm going to. Oh, you're on 200 subs, right?
Yeah, 225 subs. Yeah, 225.
Yeah. See, you just reached that milestone quite recently, so keep pushing away. You're almost there, you know. Don't be like Arteta and say over your dead body. Don't worry, you'll get there.
What phase do you think I'm in, Prime?
What phase are you in? Hey, you're in. Yeah, I think you're still in. I think you're still in phase 2, bro. It takes time, guys. Subscribe. It takes time, guys. It takes time.
Every 100 is the new phase.
It's a phase, yeah.
There's no better panelist than Akibin Narula. We can't get any better.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
No one can beat Goldbridge. So
no
one can beat Goldbridge.
No, when Goldbridge falls off, Akibin will be there to take the throne.
No, but it might not be Kevin. It might be someone else. It might be someone. Hey, because City fell off, and it wasn't Arsenal. So why would it be A. Kevin? Might not be him.
Josh, it might be you, bro. Genuinely, it might actually be you.
No, what? Not with zero football content upload. But anyway, lads, my battery's about to die, so I need to leave ASAP.
Yeah, no worries.
On the real though, take care, Josh, bro.
Take care.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it, mate. I suppose the trip to Finsbury Park is off for both of us. So yeah.
Hey, but you can come to my trophy parade if you want.
We're out. Take care, people.
You're shutting out. Fuck that shit. No, will Chelsea even have a parade? I don't know.
It's our first trophy under this ownership. We will have a parade.
No, fair enough. Yeah.
Sub to Josh.
And Spurs, you can go to their trophy.
And myself and Prime, we're out. Take care.
Over my dead body.
On United.